All right, here we go. Session 97, Cold Lands Hope and Despair. In our last session, I've always wondered if I should do like one of those professional voices, but I don't really have one. But in our last session, Sween, the person you know, or what do we call it, Sylvia? I know a guy.
Oh yeah, the I know a guy.
The I know a guy, Sween, came into town, met with Sylvia. Long story short, kind of asked her to come home. Wanted her to leave Usul because he was a bad omen. Toman, Rich is not here, but Rich's character Toman met with Sione. Sione tried to get him to go in on a lie with her to her father so she could leave town. He agreed. Twig, Jason's character, is not here, met with Jompath, Sione's father. Jompath tried to talk him into getting the chain back once you guys come back with the Gemcore extractor and take it back to some high-powered people in Telflam. Twig pretty much shot him down and told him to get it himself. Usul desperately wants to find a high-ranking priest. That was his number one priority. But through the course of the session, basically found out there's none in Mucklestone. I think the only one in town they mentioned, was like, your good friend Victor. I think he is a part-time cleric, along with Sebastian, the lower level ranking cleric, and Vicera, Belly's wannabe new girlfriend. But neither one of them are considered high ranking, which I don't think any of you even asked any of them about it. Except, did you guys ask Victor or not? I can't remember.
Please, half ice.
I think yeah. I think
less ice, rather.
Anthony.
No ice or a little bit of ice.
Can I get a Baconator, please? I'd like one Baconator.
I don't know what's worse, Rand going to the bathroom in the middle of the session, or Anthony going through the Wendy's drive-through during our session.
How is this picking up? I'm supposed to push to talk. But
well, we heard your
two
whole
large frosties. 2 large frosties. 2.
Don't forget your social distancing.
Yes, I hear you, Anthony.
Right-click my icon and click mute, and then you won't hear me. Or you can once I go through the thing, it'll be cool. I was just planning on listening in, but hey guys.
All right, I'm on mute you.
Yeah, and I'll just message in Discord when I get back.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna listen in while I drive.
All right, so it's muted on my end. I'm not sure if that mutes it for everybody or just me. You guys tell me, I guess.
Anthony's still on, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still on. I just muted him on my end. I don't know if I mute for the server or just mute for me.
Oh, no, I still hear him. I guess we each have to mute him.
Yeah, I guess so.
We have to give Anthony the kibosh. He's been kiboshed.
All right, so what I was asking was, I can't remember if Usul ever had the conversation with Victor, since Victor was there beating the shit out of him at the end as well. If Usul ever asked Victor if he had because Victor kept saying something about I can do a ceremony. You can marry him to the demon or something like that, right?
Oh yeah. Anybody wants some eternal love? Victor's there.
I've got a lot of spells that could help, but it's. I don't know which one you want.
Diddy's gonna be the higher ranking cleric.
Well, he's not a cleric,
pretty much.
Oh, I can hear you.
I've got a bit of priest spells on me though.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. So, let's see what else. The Suine met with small group. Usul, Diddy, Sylvia was there, Kudwar, and I can't remember if that's when Victor and Nir were there or not, when he shared about the whole mark of Yggdrasil that he had, and Yggdrasil wanted to bring it to somebody else that he didn't believe in, but he wanted to bring it to the group that was, basically going on this quest. He may have second thoughts now after seeing Usul basically turn into a wraith at one point, and everybody proceeded to beat his ass until he was unconscious and laying on the floor. You guys shackled him, and I think that is where we left off. Yeah, Usul is now unconscious but alive, shackled with manacles in the Mucklestone Keep, and we'll say it's roughly around 5 o'clock at night at this point.
Anthony says he's done through the drive-through. You can unmute him now.
Does that mean you never unmuted him on your end? Let me go in there and unmute him on my end.
I was trying to get my freaking frosties.
Oh, I hear you. All right, so unmute him on my end. All right, Anthony. I don't want to hear you chewing on French fries or slurping on Slurpees or Frosties or whatever they're called.
No Slurpee.
Okay. All right, so Toma and Twig are still in town. Neither one of those people are here tonight, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. Silith has already left. He skipped town as soon as Siona came looking for him. As far as I know, Aeus, Aeolin, and Vigor were not present during Usul's transformation and beatdown. Is that
We were
correct,
not.
guys?
Correct.
Sylvia was
Yeah.
there, but not
Vigor
Aeus.
Correct.
Okay. And I think I told you guys last time, Jodel has not arrived back in town yet. All right, so let me switch to the Mucklestone map. Should have already done that by now.
And Diddy gave the is Diddy
You'll say.
still in the party or is he
Well,
gone?
I do have a way to
He gave
get
the ambulance, right?
that demon out of our
Hold
friend.
on, Diddy, you must not have Anthony unmuted because he's talking right now. So unmute Anthony.
Oh.
So you guys
Oh,
aren't talking
unmute
over
me.
each other.
Sorry.
So
Is
let-
Diddy still in the party or no? Because didn't he say like he
I
was
shall
giving
unmute. There we go.
the gem core extractor to Cudwar?
My understanding is Diddy's still with you, and Diddy did try to talk Suine into giving him that the mark, not the talisman, the mark that Suine had, and Suine said no, that he didn't feel right give it to someone that Yggdrasil didn't choose. That sound right?
No. The necklace with the gem core and the extractor and everything in it.
Nobody has that yet because the gnomes are actually still putting it together as of right now.
Yeah, they're whacking it.
Okay, he
Yeah,
did give it to Cudwar or whatever, and it's gone. Like we don't have it anymore.
Yeah,
Correct.
I've given it away so they can start working on it.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, that's what I want to make sure.
All right. Now, I have a way that we can fix Usul up. It's pretty fail-safe, I think. I just need to set him down right here. And we need to put him, tie his hands up. I just need his body. And then we're just going to drag him through this circle. Now, don't worry. This won't hurt too much. It'll just hurt a bit more than you thought. So I will cast this and then just slowly drag him through the circle. And I'm making it against fiends.
Okay.
So I do my little holy water, do my little dance, drop some iron, spend 100 gold. Oh, wait, I've got to get rid of 100 gold. 1 sec. Do I have 100 gold? Tripes, I might not. Ah, crap. Oh, no, it's okay. Can someone lend me 25 gold? Man, am I'm so stupid.
Like you owe everybody like 3,000.
I've got 75 gold and 2 platinum. It's okay. I could probably do it. That's not.
Sylvia
as in-
will lend you 25 gold.
Okay, I have no gold left. There you go. And then I go, poof, I'm on the welfare. Here we go.
all right, Diddy. So I'm almost gonna give you meta knowledge here. This possession thing of Usul's is kind of like a campaign quest point thing.
Oh, okay.
So there's just metagame eyes. There's nothing you guys can do to get the demon out right now. So I won't make you waste your money on that. I'll share it with all you guys.
Oh, okay, all right. That was a really good idea, though.
I'm sure it
Get my
was.
grandmother.
What?
I cast the demons out of you, boy. I cast the demons out.
Yeah, that's
And then
what
I
Diddy's
asked
doing
him
right
for
now.
$500 after.
You're
I get my
healed.
75 gold pieces back.
No, where's your
You're
donation?
healed, yeah. Snake water.
All
Well,
right,
guys, he looks stuffed.
So Cudwar is going to make a suggestion that he and some of the acolytes move the unconscious body of Usul into a secured cell down below and keep it under constant watch. If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, don't tell him anything, right? Because whatever you tell Usul, the demon knows.
Right.
And it wants to do something.
Right. And that's part of the reason why
Don't let it-
Cudwar wants to put him in a secured cell down below.
Just make sure when you mean down below, you don't mean sitting right next to the gem core thing you're making.
No. It's a completely different part of the
He goes,
basement.
oh, yeah, well, actually, that's right next to he's got a nice view to it as well. Like, there's a little window and...
All right, so Cudwar and Usul and a couple acolytes will carry him downstairs. Take away whatever loose magic items he has on him, which I'm not sure if he has any left. He gave them all the way to the dragon to get here. What do you have left, Don? That's visible magically.
Nothing, I don't think. I gave away my staff and my armor.
Oh yeah, your bow. That was still magical, so they took that away. Just you basically have no weapons, nothing magical on you. If you did have something magical, they took it from you. But you're unconscious, so you don't even know this. Okay? All right, what are the rest of you going to do?
watch.
Yeah, we got to wait for that finalized talisman to get done, I suppose.
So would they
How
take
long-
my bag? I'm sorry to interrupt. Would they take my bag too?
I didn't hear that last part, Don. What?
Would they take my bag too, or would they leave my bag?
Anything that was magical, they would have taken from you. And they have the tech magic, so they can pick up on all that. Okay, so you guys are going to basically wait around for the construction of the talisman to get done, right? And or Jodell's return, correct?
I made it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about 100% the most important thing we're going to get.
Okay. All right, so before the completion of the talisman and before anything else happens, if you guys aren't doing anything else, you just hang out in the keep, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Usul, I shared with you, I think before last session, how long you're going to be knocked out. So you wake up, you don't know this, but the rest of you, metagame wise, it's about an hour later. You wake up and you're in this cell, completely covered in stone. Got a solid iron door with a little, like peephole for like eyes to slide open back and forth. You have shackles on your ankles and on your wrists. Do you want to do anything with that information? Or you just want to start crying?
Wait, are they anti-magic shackles?
I didn't specify that, did I?
Magic shackles.
What? Can I talk inside my head?
No, I'm preventing you from speaking to yourself. No, of course you can. Are you wanting to do a private conversation with me in that regards, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
The demon or you?
Yeah. Well,
Well,
you may pull you to the side. Is that what you're wanting done?
yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Hold on a second. Me and the guy in jail are gonna go talk.
Okay.
All right. What's up, bud?
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you still sound like you're a little farther away, but you're better than you were a while ago.
Okay. So, yeah, if I wake up, I'm going to ask the demon, what makes you think I would assist you?
No, everything else I emailed you, that would have been a conversation either as you woke up or while you're unconscious or somewhere in there. So we'd have had that conversation already.
Okay.
Is that pretty much
Okay,
what you're
so
asking there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, okay.
So there's any other part of that conversation you want to have with the demon? Or you just want to make sure that's canon now?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you want to go on?
Me, Brian, wise?
Well, should I ask the demon anything or what? Just gloss over it.
It's completely up to you. That's why I asked you if you want to make this part where it's kind of like it's meta knowledge, but it's out in the open with everybody, or do you want to keep it secret between me and you? That's your call, because it's your character.
Secret.
Okay, so it can be secret between me and you
Yeah.
until such time as somebody blurts something out, probably on accident.
Okay.
You cool then?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yep.
move back.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh.
Our secret plot to kill everybody is underway. Okay.
I mean, it's happened more than once. This is like a recurring theme now, Brian.
Yep, seems that way. Not my fault, but yeah. All right, Don.
You're gonna have to say,
So anything else you want to? Because again, you'll have a couple guards there by the doorway way as well. A couple of the bouncers and one of the acolytes. So you're just going to sit there and sulk?
No, tell me, you guys. I helped you. I'm helping you guys to survive. You need to let me out of here.
One of the guards kind of opens up the little eye peephole thing and looks inside. Just looks at you. Doesn't say anything. Closes it back. Back upstairs. Hours pass by this point, and you guys are still. Cudwire would come up every once in a while and say, "Hey, this is the progress we made. Not quite there yet. Maybe another hour or so." But there's nothing else we can do other than just wait. And so they're making progress. No issues. So is there something else you guys want to do? We're going to continue just to wait.
Sorry. I tried. I tried to talk for a second. You said how many more hours?
He
Do
said
we know how many more hours?
he said approximately maybe another hour, 2 hours at the most.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if Victor. Well, yeah, I guess Victor was in here before. I don't remember if we stayed anywhere, like spent the night or anything like that. Or
Hasn't
I
been a
mean-
night yet.
No, we didn't stay here.
Oh,
We
it's
came,
still-
we thing, and then we left on the boat, the flying ship.
Right.
okay.
Yeah, we never actually spent the night here. Like Vigor hasn't spent the night here either. None of the alternate characters have.
Correct.
Okay.
Like I said, it was roughly about 5 o'clock at night after the Usul thing happened.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we got some time. Yeah. Victor will hang out.
Okay. So speaking of that, so Usul, just from character wise, if you want to mechanic wise, it's been at least an hour. So if you want to roll hit dice to regain some hit points, you can do that. Technically, anybody can at this point.
Okay,
Why does he need that?
Why does what?
What was I down to? 0?
Technically, yeah. Yeah. For some reason, I got you here with 9. You should have been.
I think Victor healed him up.
That's right. I think you're right.
As I recall,
Not
he was
all the way.
unconscious at the end. You stabilized him, but you didn't heal him.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference. You can be stabilized at basically 0 hit points or 1 hit point, but still be
I'll
unconscious.
just scroll up if I used it or not. Maybe I didn't. I only got 6 spell slots. Or whatever.
Yeah, I remember a medicine check by somebody. I thought it was Victor.
Okay. Yeah. That's it.
0, and then.
Okay.
You want me to go ahead and do my now?
You can if you want. Yeah. Right. Get those kids out of here. No kids allowed in the keep. All right. Anybody else want to do anything for the next hour or so while they're waiting for the? You don't have to. I'm just giving you opportunity.
I guess
Ace is-
Aelin. Sorry.
I was gonna say Ace is gonna continue to read the book that he bought, the
Okay.
Atlas.
Okay.
I guess at some point Vigor would have started moseying. Like he was going through the magic shop and checking out all the stuff there, and scoping the place out.
Yeah. Scoping the place out. I got you.
So he'll. I don't know if you remember or not, but they had the magical sentries on, and he was like, "Yeah, I guess this is not worth my time."
Right. Right. Exactly.
But yeah, so he'll make his way to the keep to meet up with everyone.
Now, meta knowledge. I've got a way to get you guys all back in, so don't worry about that. I'll
Oh,
make
you
sure.
do? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, he'll just wander around, or
Yeah, that's why I was giving these
he-
other guys
he's-
a chance if they want to do something for next hour. Otherwise, I'll have something that'll bring you guys all in.
all right. He'll just continue wandering. Maybe he'll go to the Cavers Guild and have a pint.
Okay.
Listen to the rumors around town.
All right. So, wait for another hour or so, and then those
Oh,
of you.
Diddy,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Diddy was going to ask the people, can I go down and watch? It would be the worst thing ever if something attacks you while I'm down there and it gets pumped.
They'll run and get Cudwar, and he'll come to you, and I guess you can try to persuade him if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just sort of say, look, just in case, like there's nothing worse than last minute.
Go and give me a persuasion with advantage.
Okay, here he goes. He says, I'll just go and do some guard duty. Persuasion with advantage. There you go.
Oh, shit. It's like, yeah, no problem.
All right, buddy. And I'll say to the guys, look, I've got one of the spare stones, message stones. So I'll try and take one away from one of the persons because I think I've got 2 sending to one of the same persons. And then I'll just ask one of the guys here, if anything happens, I'll try and message you. Which one of you would like to hear my voice in your head?
Okay, well, I got to take a step back. You said you had more than 1 stone.
I think I've got 2 to the same person for some reason.
Oh, you're talking about the sending pebbles.
Yeah, the sending pebbles.
I thought you were talking about the gem
with
core. I was like,
Garand.
no, you only got 1 piece.
No. I've got 2 paired with Garand and 1 with the dragon. So why don't I pair 1 to one of the team members? So I'll say who would like it. This is, you guys go and have fun. I'll tell them a little bit about the inns around town and where the gem cutters are and some of the magic shops and stuff. And I'll say, you guys go, but who wants to hear the voice if we get attacked?
Okay, so let me explain to you how this works. So these things are basically like 2 cell phones. Whoever has one, whoever has the other, they communicate with each other. So if you give them one of those stones, only person they can talk to is Gorand.
Oh, I see. Okay, no, then I can't do it. I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. I'll come out the front of the keep and start screaming. It's getting really bad. I'll send someone small to do that. But yeah, where are you going to be? I'll ask him.
Asking Cudwar?
Yep. I don't know the team. I'll say, guys, are you going to the pub? We're going to Squeaky Tinker, Herbalists. What are you guys thinking? Where are you going to be?
Speak our name into the wind, and we'll be there.
Okay. Done. All right. Well, look, I'll go down and watch the gem core extractor. If something nasty turns up to try and take it from us right at the last moment, I'll speak your name softly into the wind, and you'll be there. And if that doesn't work,
Town's not that big. People are going to know where we are.
Yep.
Well, I'll be sending out one of the gnomes from down there, the old bleeding gnome, to come up and get you. And yeah, okay, fine. Can I assume you'll be at a pub though first, so I can send them at least to the pubs?
We're going to the pub, Diddy.
Done.
Does that help? Okay.
It does.
So you got the Tinkering Den, or you got the Cavers Guild? Those are pretty much
Vigor's
the two
at the
main
Cavers
ones.
Guild.
Tinkering.
He says tinkering is the best because it's right out the front of the cave.
That was my exact thought.
Just be careful, the seats are small.
All right, so whoever's going to Tinkering Tankard, move your token down here. If you're going to Cavers Guild or you're already there, move yourself up there. I'll say that Twig is still over there. Who was the other one that's not here? Aelin?
If we're supposed to stay near Diddy,
Alden.
then
Yeah, Diddy will just hang back. As much as I would love to come and role play with you, there's no way I'm going to leave this thing right at the end to get stolen.
Okay. Seween's going to stay there in the keep, kind of have more conversations with Cudwar. So I don't know if Sylvie's going to stay there too or not.
Yeah, Sylvia will stay with Suin.
Okay. All right. And Cudwar Usul is still down in the basement. All right, so another hour passes, and Didmar's downstairs watching them put the thing together. Sylvia and Suin are upstairs in the main part of the keep, along with Cudwar. Let me move him over here. So Sylvia, I'm going to move you, Diddy, since you're downstairs over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Sylvia, you'll recognize a familiar face walking through the front door of the keep. It's Jodell.
Jodell!
He looks somewhat haggard at this point. Looks like he's been through quite an ordeal. To Sylvia, so nice to see you. And Cudwar says, kind of looks over at the other gentleman, your friend. He says, Suin? Is that you? Suin they share handshakes, greetings, whatever you want. They apparently do know each other. It's been a while, but I'm not going to chit-chat back and forth with myself on those, but basically they know each other. And Jodell kind of looks around and asks you, Sylvia, about where the rest of the party is.
Well, they're with a stool, and some of them decided to go to the tavern. But what's new?
It's like, well, I need to round up the gang. I got some news, and hopefully you're here for a reason, right? Were you successful?
Yes, we were very successful. Well, not very. We were successful. Let me have Diddy page everyone else and have them assemble.
Yeah, Diddy's downstairs right now. And at the same time, Diddy, the gnomes kind of did a eureka moment, and they start cheering and shouting, and they've got the talisman all put back together. They start walking out of the room. So we gotta get this Cudwar.
Oh, that's okay. Can I have a quick look at it before you go? I just need to touch it so I know what it is and how it is and all that sort of stuff. And then go ahead.
Where did he steal it?
Well, gnomes.
No, he just needs it for locate object in case anyone logs it.
You just want to touch it?
Yeah, that's it.
What do you want to touch it for?
It allows me to find it if it gets lost. That's all.
He kind of looks at the other gnomes in the room over there. That's okay. It's fine. He went and he got the damn thing. It's fine. All right. So he holds it up. Doesn't let go of it, but he holds it up so he can touch it.
Yeah, I just touch it. I go, off you go. Thanks.
He's like, how'd it feel?
Metallic?
Boy.
I'll say if you give it to me, I can tell you.
No, I gave it to Cudwar, and he stuffs it back in his pouch. That's going up the stairs.
Yeah, okay. See you, but I'll come with you because now it's completed. I'll come with you.
All right, so Sylvia, as you're getting ready to head down the stairs, or maybe you and Cudwar are going downstairs, you see Diddy and the gnomes coming up with the talisman as well.
Woohoo! We're done.
Okay. Jodell greets Dittmeier as well. Same thing. Glad to see you. Hearty handshake. He says, we need to round up the rest of the crew. I got some news I want to share with everybody on our next part of this mission. Cudwar, can you go round up all the others? And Cudwar kind of looks at you, Sylvia, and you Dittmeier as well. Says, are you guys going to tell him about the others?
Yeah. So I'll say, how we fought and got the gem, and then I'll say, yeah, we've got some friends that are at the pub, new people, and I'll tell him about what happened with Azul and the demon, and go, we're in a bit of a difficult situation, but yeah, I'll wrap up basically everything that's going on, and just ask if one of the gnomes would be so kind as to go and get them at the pub.
Okay. So to elaborate on what you were sharing, Cudwar is trying to get to the point where some of the group is like now leaving, going home, going somewhere else. But he would have chimed in the fact that there's a new group of guys in town that just recently did pretty good against some demon issues they had. Matter of fact, they even killed a pit fiend, which you see Jodell's eyes kind of get big at that. Says, wow, really? Okay, so that's sad news to hear about the folks that are leaving, but maybe these new guys can step in and help us out. Once you round those guys up, let's see if we can talk them into helping us out here. So there's my tie-in to try to get everybody together, metagame-wise. Okay? All right, so Cudwar will send out several runners, round up all you guys, tell you guys all meet back in the keep that Jodell's back, and he wants to meet with all of you guys. And those of you that don't know Jodell, Cudwar or the runners will kind of tell you he's this high-ranking guy of the Circle of Leth, real good guy, says we should always do what he says, and you must be really important if he wants to talk to you, blah, 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 just talking you up, basically. Okay?
Yeah. AS is very wary of this guy automatically now.
Wary of what guy automatically?
Of Cudwar.
Okay.
Now that everyone's kind of like, he's this big, fancy, super nice guy.
What do you mean, Jodell, right?
Or sorry, Jodell, yeah.
I mean, just look at him. He looks like a nice guy, right? Looks kind of like my father-in-law. All right,
No,
so
that's what they always look like before they become the enemy. I'm catching what you're throwing.
So everybody's going back to keep. Just kind of move yourself in this general spot here, if you don't mind. Make sure I got everybody. So Vigor, Nira. This should be the new group plus Sylvia.
Twig's not coming. Toman's not coming.
Yeah, Twig will be there for ceremonial purposes, just to kind of say his goodbyes. Same thing for Toman. Yeah, Brevin should be there. Where's Brevin at? Do I have him on this screen somewhere?
So they're on the right side, way over here. Valley, Aldum, Eelin, Brevin, and AS are all on the right-hand side of the screen, outside the cities. There you go.
All right, so yeah, we've got the inside of the keep full. Brevin and Jodell know each other, so they'll do the greetings. Yeah, just make the party token. That'll work. All right, so the gang's all here. All right, so Jodell kind of gets all of you guys in the keep area. Kind of looks to Cudwar and has him, does a little motion with his head so to get the acolytes out of here. And everybody leaves and they close the doors, and it's just a room of just you guys, including Visera. Visera's with the group as well. Okay? All right, so Jodell basically tells you what he's basically been going through. He says, first off, I want to thank you guys. Thank you for what you've done for the realm. What you've accomplished has hopefully tipped the conflict to favor us moving forward. However, there's still much to be done. And he says, our new friends here, and he kind of gestures over to the group he hasn't really met yet. They've apparently proven themselves to be mighty allies against some demon foes. And that's why I've called you guys here as well. I, along with the Circle of Leth, along with the realms, beseech you to help us save our homes and the way of life. Now, we have the constructed talisman. He kind of holds it up out of Cudwar's hand. And he'll go through the explanation to the new group as to what exactly this talisman means, the history behind it. So the rest of you guys already know this. I don't want to go off the deep end, but you guys have heard the story before. But the purpose of the talisman is basically find the portals and destroy them. They were used before, going to use it again. So he goes through that whole motion with you guys as well. Says, next thing I need you guys to do is travel to the fortress, destroy that portal within. Okay, now I'll warn you now, I don't really know if all of you are going to survive this. I value all life, as it is precious as the sun and the moon. But the talisman, above all else, must not fall into the enemy hands. For this reason, he reaches into his pouch. Each of you are going to receive a return potion. And he walks around each one of you guys and hands you a return potion. Use these potions only in the gravest of circumstances. Now, if Silas was here, he would give him like a double shake. And only if the talisman would be safe. Mark them to a safe location in MLR if you want. That's where I'm sending you to next. Or if you want to come back here, it's up to you. Just mark it someplace safe before you head to the fortress. And he'll explain to you guys how the return potions work. Those of you guys that are new, like for maybe Wayne, return potions are basically like a tiny vial. It's like maybe 2 or 3 inches long by like half an inch wide that you typically wear on a necklace, like a pendant. But it has a little bit of liquid in it. So the way they work is you pour a drop on some solid surface somewhere, on the ground usually. And then no matter where you go else on the realm, in the same plane, if you drink that what's left in the vial, you automatically teleport back to where that drop was. That's how the return potion works. Okay?
Gotcha.
You guys all remember that? We're good
It's
there?
like taking the cyanide without dying.
yeah, that's what it is. For sure. So he starts to kind of fill you guys in on what he discovered over at the fortress. He tells you that the Slotty have kind of apparently taken over the portal underneath the fortress of the half demon. Tells you from what he was able to gather, the portal used to be controlled by a demon, and it was connected the abyss to the material plane. He said he was not actually able to locate the actual portal, but he saw enough Slotty activity there to know that they're using it. He says the demons are still there as well, and appear to either be working with or possibly for the Slotty. Couldn't really tell because he never really saw them get into a fight and argument. They kind of kept in their own little groups. And he said at one point, one of the demons noticed his presence, and he was even in his rat form at that point, while he was still searching the fortress. So that's what forced him to basically flee at that point. He says they may not know it was me or why I was there, but they're probably on high alert.
So they may know something's up. May know we're coming.
Well, like I said,
How long ago was this?
He said he teleported here just today, so it was actually this morning whenever
Like
he escaped.
Hours ago.
Correct. Probably roughly about 8 hours ago when he escaped the fortress, when he was noticed.
And how do you intend us to reach the fortress?
I can transport you there. Same way that you're new. Sorry. I can open up a portal through a tree and take you somewhere close up there. So I plan on teleporting you guys up near Imomar. And he pulls out of his pouch again another little scroll that's got like a wax seal on it. It says this wax seal is the emblem of the Wyclaren. Take this unbroken seal to Imomar, present that to the guards there, and that will grant you an audience with the Wyclaren. Now, when I left the fortress, I spent a few hours in Imomar talking to the Iron Lord and the Wyclaren about our issues here, and they've agreed to help in some regards. I met with Phaedra. Phaedra is like the Oath Lore, or like the head Wyclaren of Imomar, and she basically shared some of the things that he already kind of figured out while he was there. Demons were using the fortress as a local base of operations. She told him that they had been attacking and kidnapping travelers near the border between Narfell and Rashomon. And she said the attacks lessened over the past month, but Slotty sightings have increased since then. And she also shared that one of the more recent attacks involved the Iron Lord's son and daughter. She says they're now missing and feared dead.
Just because some people weren't here for that. Those are the ones that we. It wasn't actually them, but it was the replacements of them that we killed in the against Pitfiend.
See these 2 guys I'm pinging up here?
Yes.
Those were real people. The one that was. Go ahead, Sylvia.
I thought 2 of them. I thought 2 of them transformed.
Oh, that wasn't gonna be Sylvia. That was gonna be Aes.
Okay.
He would be like, well, actually, one of them is okay. One of them was a fake. That was crazy, man. One just like completely not what it was supposed to be, and the other one, yeah, he's dead.
So just to recap, for those that weren't there were 3 of them. There was the son, the daughter, and the father, which is the Iron Lord. And if you guys didn't catch the fact, Jodell said he met with the Iron Lord.
So I'll say, Jodell, you might not have met with the real Iron Lord then.
Oh?
It's true.
Why is this?
Well,
Yeah.
well, he wasn't a lizard person inside a human suit, which I had initially thought and suspected. He was actually, well, a doppelganger or something.
Whatever that weird
along
thing
those
was.
lines. Yeah, it was weird. And I show him a drawing I made in my book. Actually, I don't show him my book. I like rip a page out that I made a drawing on and hand it to him.
Okay. Give me a quick performance check to see how good your drawing is.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
And were you drawing the demon, or were you drawing the person he was before he turned into a demon?
I was drawing so the drawing is basically going to be the suit like split in half and like the demon thing in the middle.
All right, let's see.
That's the pain demon, right? Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, let's see the
Well, the one
performance
that
check
changes.
first. All right, so you make something that looks like a demon coming out of a body, and Jodell just kind of looks at it for a second and looks at you. Says, "Okay, who's that supposed to be?"
Oh wait, I did get a very good description of it, and I said, I know my drawings are off. I'm not as great as some of these great artists in these books, but it's actually a pain demon a dream eater. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I haven't quite met one, but yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, that's what it was. Dream eater.
Okay. So I'm assuming
So
it's
Jodell, you might have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you might have told your plans to something like that, and that would mean that the demons know. Did you give away too much?
Well, I mean, he was there for the entire conversation. I can't believe that the Wyclaren wouldn't know or suspect something like that if it was inside him.
All right, can I out of character this? I'm getting a little bit confused.
Go ahead.
The 2 kids were real, but the dad that we killed was not real.
So let me recap.
Real. I don't think that real is the right answer. I think that he was. I think that he was possessed, or the demon was inside him and broke free of him. I think it was using his body, and when we killed it, very much like the Slotty did in the past, where we killed it, where we I guess they really kind of took over the body, right? But I didn't get the gist that he was doppelganger, or that they were posing.
I
as
thought
him.
they were. I thought they were.
Yeah, let me try to help.
That it was his.
Because I think someone, may have been Aes, rolled really good on Arcana, and Aes was the one that was able to recognize the fact that it was a Dream Eater demon, right?
Roger that.
Okay, so Aes would have known that Dream Eaters basically take the form of their human, any human that they encounter at some point or other. Not that they are inside of them and explode them out like aliens, but they actually will take that form as like an outer shell on them. As you guys recall, I think someone ended up doing like detect magic, and they basically were able to determine that the outer shell, the human-looking part of him, was not real.
So what I'm getting at here is that that Iron Lord could be perfectly fine. This is just a dude that looked like him and maybe pretended to be him to kidnap his kids.
Okay, you can believe that if you want.
That's,
I'm not saying that's right or wrong.
No. That was my thing. I was like, why are we all convinced that he was? Like, the kids are real, but the dad was a demon. Maybe the demon was just to trick the kids, not and that like the real dad's fine. I mean, obviously we should still check it out, but
And just to make
Yeah,
sure
you'd have
I'm
to-
full disclosure here, but when you guys were talking to Suri, the only survivor, because Earthus got killed by area of effect spells.
Got it.
Killed by demons. Killed by demons.
Yep. That's the story you're sticking to it, right? So Suri would have shared with you guys that her and her brother were both, I guess, captured, ambushed, whatever, at the same time, and her father wasn't with them. She didn't see her father with them until they made that last little journey to where they brought you guys in. That was the first she ever saw her father with them.
So it's very possible that Jor-El might have spoken to the demon. So it's possible.
Okay.
Jor-El, you might have been talking to a dream demon, and I suppose dream demons report up to bigger demons. So if you told them, did you tell them about the necklace? Did you tell them about it being formed? Did you tell them you're going to the keep?
They know. They know everything.
Right. Okay.
Phaedra and Arstoth know everything.
Right. But
So
you
it sounds
didn't
like-
tell them. You didn't tell them that the necklace was complete because you didn't know.
Correct, but they knew of our quest, and I was coming back here to see if you guys were back and had the necklace.
Right. So maybe you could spread some false positives, some negatives saying it didn't get done.
Are you saying we should go back and tell Phaedra and Arstoth something different?
No. I'm just wondering if everybody knows if the message spreads, it's currently contained in the keep, but if everybody finds out that necklace is created, our people here know, our little friends who've built it know, you know, we know, but I think we should keep this information inside the keep and not spread it generally, because then every force of the demons, if they do know, are going to come for you and everything else.
AS will add that you should also probably have a fake identity prepared in case anyone asks you for it, and completely agrees with tightening the circle.
So I've been muted this last little bit. Sorry. I was gonna go along with Diddy's thing there, but I also put in text. If Vigor's just gonna suggest that maybe we try and misinform and set up a trap.
What kind of a trap? Jor-El's going to ask.
What- So let Vigor will be like, well, what if, say, we spread the information that Diddy here, and he points his dagger over at the paladin, has the amulet almost complete, and he's taking the final piece and he's gonna, I don't know, wherever we need to go with this, and then you'll tell that to what were the names? Artoth and Phaedra.
Arstoth.
Arstoth.
I'll put them in chat.
Yeah. So we'll tell Arstoth one thing, and we'll tell Phaedra another, and then we'll see if either of those, bear fruit. If we get ambushed or something.
Holy God, that's going to put a big target on my back. Why don't we just say it's not done yet? I think the best idea is just say, just keep the information inside of the keep. I like what you're saying to see which one of them is bad, and if they've reported in and one of them's actually a greater demon in disguise or not. But look, let's just say it's not done yet. And while we walk out with the talisman, we won't be under any sort of attack. Just say it's going to take far longer to get done, and they're not even sure if it's going to work. So leave that as a maybe, maybe not sort of thing, or maybe we didn't get enough of the material. But we don't want to leave no hope for the people. So if they think we can't create the necklace, we're going to lose allies rather than gain them. So it's going to take time. Let's not cause destruction to hope, and therefore also not create any information for the Dark Ones. So the only other person that knows about it, however, is currently sitting in a pit outside, downstairs, and he might be a problem. So I don't know if the demon can communicate with other demons, telepathy, or anything like that. So maybe Jor-El, and he'll tell him about what's happened to Usul and Brevo. If there's some protection you can put around him to stop his communication, that would be good.
So I'm assuming at this point, someone's had the conversation and filled Jor-El in on what happened with Usul.
Yeah.
Because that hasn't even come up yet.
I think Sylvia would have told him what's going on.
Okay. Right.
Sorry, Brian. Can you pull me to private chat for a second?
Yep. Hold on, guys. pull up Discord.
Hey, so Hilton, if Mucklestones is really well defended, could we just let the gnomes here who made it, who are sure to go to the pub and have a victory drink, and be sharing?
So I was thinking this could be a good time to introduce the the tin crown, because Aeus could go and be like, "Oh, we can put this on Azul's head, and then no one can read his thoughts."
That's completely up to you if you want. You're gonna let your little crazy out of the box.
I mean, it's possible. I just want to know if you're cool with kind of what I wrote and the stuff I put down there.
Yeah, I think you explained it to me before about that. It's gonna be like Aeus's background, and it's like borderline kind of conspiracy theory. People think you're nuts, but you don't, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I just wanted to check that was cool.
Okay.
And I will assume that I have this tin crown with me. I mean, it's not exactly a fancy item or anything like that, so.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Right. And it doesn't have any real magical property.
Yeah, I assumed that was the case, except for in your head, probably, right?
Yeah, it's a placebo crown.
Yeah. Okay. Right. You move back or something else?
Yeah. No, that's it. That's all.
All right.
What and then they have to fight the demon. We're scheming. So we've said, look, we'll close off the keep. We'll talk to the little gnomes who, probably want to go and party and have a drink and celebrate. We'll say, look, guys, you need to not say anything outside. But what we could use is the fact that if you do say it, somebody has the talisman, when we decide we'll do it, that's going to paint a big bloody target on them, and you'll get to see who is dark in the town who tries to get them. Now, there's a couple of targets, and I would ask every target before you do it, but there's a few. You could, in itself, say it's Usul, because he has a demon inside of him, and I'm pretty sure he could fight off most problems.
like he did last time?
He's locked in the dungeon, and it's going to make it interesting.
Fight off me.
Well, true. But the thing is, they'll have to get to him, and anything that's going through all that defenses has to either be super sneaky or really good at what they're doing. But Usul himself will fight them. And then if we leave someone else in there, you'll get to know who the bad guy in town is. But I would ask Usul about it. And it doesn't matter because the demon's going to know about it at the same time. If we did that, the alternative is that somebody else here is brave enough to run decoy for us and actually says they've got it.
Like Cudwar or something like that. Someone staying behind.
Okay, that's kind of what I was saying, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it doesn't have to be like the same way, but like basically some sort of misinformation, and then if someone acts on it, we'll know who gave it away.
Yeah. It's just whoever's going to be strong enough to take. It's not going to just be that one person that's coming. I would assume it's going to be all their allies would come as well. So, for example, you could ask Suin, who's already used to hard times because he works for the tree. Diddy chuckles. And he already knows what shit is going to be like. And he's already taken on a life of difficulty. You could ask him if he would happily wear that burden, or anyone else, as long as they go in the direct opposite direction of what we are, or just stays in the keep and allows all their defenses to stop them.
Belly will sign up for that. He's game.
So I got to ask a question. I think I know of a couple of them, but how many of your characters have somewhat of a background in Rashomon? I know Visera does, and I think Victor does as well. Does anybody else have a background tied to Rashomon as all?
What was the town? Hold on, I got to see the big map.
Rashomar?
I thought you were from Telflam.
Viger wasn't. What's the one that was?
Injas was the one that just went down by the Horde. That's where you were last time.
And then we went down to Build-A-Bear.
Right. Yeah, neither one of those are in Rashomon.
Yeah, no. Vigor does not have any background with.
All right. So, Visera and Victor, as you guys hear the news about, Victor, you saw it, the news about the demon in Usul, both of these characters would know that the Wyclaren deal with this kind of stuff. I mean, they speak to the dead. They use the dead spirits. They power different types of enchantments. That this is kind of like their backyard thing.
Gotcha.
So whether or not
Roger.
you can use that information to help Usul or hinder him or whatever, but that's kind of like their jam. Is
Well,
to
why doesn't Wasira know more then? I'm confused. Like, or
she
does she
doesn't.
not know?
She's
Wasn't
she's
she
a
there?
low she's a low level. She's not even really a
She's not even a white clone.
fully. Yeah, she's not even
Oh,
officially a
okay.
Wyclaren. That's sort of her ambition, I think, is to
Right.
become one.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
But she knows she knows something of their capabilities, I think, but she's not as knowledgeable as they are.
Right. I mean,
Understood.
she has hopes of possibly being a white clone one day, but that's not the first thing on her list right now. She's just kind of carefree and
Yeah, what's her purpose, Brian? If you don't mind me kind of asking that, obviously kind of.
so meta knowledge wise, I brought her in strictly as a healer. That's the only reason I brought her in.
To fix your
Okay.
boo-boos.
Yeah.
Other meta knowledge to have Veli's babies.
Well, that's what Veli thinks. No,
Is
based
Veli
on
an NPC or a PC?
who? Visera?
No, Veli.
Veli is, well, technically he's like a
Don.
backup PC for Don.
Okay, gotcha.
Usul's backup character.
Yeah. So when we had the two parties running, Usul was off in the limbo or the plane of chaos, and then Veli was his character he played like with all the rest of us.
Making
when
the
we all
moves
played
on Visera.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right, so assuming Visera or Victor, whether you say something or not about the whole Roshman and Wyclarn have this kind of jam, Jodell's actually going to speak up to that regards and say something like, you know, the situation with Usul concerns me greatly. He'll say that he's spoken with Suin briefly. He shared about Yggdrasil's initial, I guess, direction concerning the mark and wanting it to go to Usul. And then he said Brevin has also shared that his great-grandfather, Talum, also had this this mark. Don't know if he had the pendant or not, but he also had that mark, the brandishing that Suin shared with you guys on his chest that matches that pendant. And Jodell says something along the lines of, this is kind of a indication to me that Yggdrasil's involvement is critical to our success. And along with that, he says, now, the demon within Usul, without a doubt, that's a major concern right now. Because, however, I know that the Wyclarn of Washerman, they're wise in these things. And for that reason, it might be best for us to take him with us to MMR. And they can either turn this demon possibly to do our bidding or possibly exorcise him. But either way, I feel that Usul is a integral part of this and need to figure out how to get past this.
Where's the fortress in relation to like the Rashomon,
Here,
like Clorin or whatever?
Let me switch the map to show you guys that. So if I go back over here,
Like, should we drag Usul with us and drop him off on our way?
Yeah. Oh, that's probably where Diddy will say, oh, now I got it. That's why he said that Yggdrasil wasn't Yggdrasil because it was the demon inside. I'll speak to the
hold on.
other guy
Let me
here.
show everybody where everybody's at. So right here, you're in Mucklestones right now. This is where you are right now. MMR, yep, right there where you're pinging. And then the fortress is just a little bit north of that, the orange little circle here.
Oh, okay. So this is doable if he puts us out near Imilmar,
Imilmar.
and then we head north to the fortress.
Right.
Is there any reason why we wouldn't want to stop in Imilmar? Like political stuff, hordes of centaurs.
No,
things
and
like that.
Bad guys.
So I haven't got to you. There's a lot more stuff that Jodell was going to share with you guys when he met with Phaedra and Arstarth. That's fine. You guys were role playing. I was letting it go. So he basically would have shared with you guys that there's Rashomon reinforcements just north of the Erlingwood. They've kind of formed a defensive line right there. It was more so about once they heard the news about Injast falling, but now even more so because of the fortress and some of the sightings of Slotty that have increased over the past month. So there's a line of Rashomon forces just north of the Erlingwood.
What Do we have any news on what happened with the war front near Build-A-Bears?
There's still a barbarian front up here.
We left like a week ago, right?
It's probably been maybe 2 or 3 days.
That was slightly longer with the time when we were killing the demon and all that. Okay.
Yeah, holy crap.
It could have been.
We went through Bildubaris. We stayed there. We did like some kind of.
Okay, so
we
maybe it
got
has been a week.
flooded.
So, to your knowledge, well, a little bit, I guess, information that probably been leaked in through sendings or whatever from various people is that the barbarians are still holding the line right there. Hasn't been any major confrontations. It's more like send a scouting party north, they live or die. They send the bad guys send a scouting party south. Sometimes they live or die. It's kind of like they're feeling each other out at this point. But there hasn't been any major advancements or, I guess, reduction in the line. If that makes sense. Okay.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, so it makes sense then, Jordell. I was wondering why Usul wasn't identifying the tree as itself. That was probably the demon. But would not the tree know that the demon was populating Usul at the time? I'm still a bit worried that it doesn't seem to have the right power.
Jordell says, who's to say what the gods know and choose to share with us?
No, I'm thinking it tested Usul for his faith, but he was populated with a demon. I relied on the information of my friend, who was the demon. Well, I didn't know, but but because Usul was populated with the demon, I'm sure the greatest of all the gods should know that was the case. How was it able to hide itself?
You're asking how was the demon able to hide itself from Yggdrasil?
Yeah.
How do you know it did? This is Brian talking.
Yeah, no. Well, who's saying? Well, why would it offer him the chance to only fail?
And Seween at this point is going to chime in.
Seween, well, that's what he'll say to Seween.
Seween's going to chime in and says you misunderstand what Yggdrasil's about. I mean, Yggdrasil, you could love her or hate her, and it will vary from season to season. But all she cares about is balance. So if things are chaotic, she's going to do her best to implore the law of the land to take over. If law takes over too much, like he explained in last session about how there's been more and more laws put in place, then she's going to do whatever it takes to bring balance to that, add some chaos. I mean, she's not evil, she's not good, she's about balance. Now, as far as why, or maybe she does know that Usul is possessed by a demon.
So she came and spoke to him when she knew there would be no way for him to say yes to her. Why?
This is Brian asking now. Why would you say that?
Because she knows there's a demon in it. The demon's not going to want to say yes to another god. And he's also telling me at the same time, no, don't follow Yggdrasil because it's not Yggdrasil. There's something wrong with it.
But Yggdrasil didn't come to him after the demon possessed him. This is Brian talking.
Okay. So there wasn't always a demon in him. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So that was only when the big thing smashed him. Okay. There wasn't one prior. Right. So then why would he have not understood the tree when he tended it?
Now you're confusing me.
Well, I thought Usul has seen Yggdrasil, and how would he not know it when it turned up?
I love that you're like totally neck deep in the lore.
Yeah, no shit. But
that's what Diddy says. He goes, I don't understand. Hold
on. I gotta make sure I get clarification from Don. Don, did Usul ever tell anybody that he actually saw Yggdrasil before?
I don't think so.
I've got it on my notes that you said you said about it, and that's where you were when you were younger, that you tended the tree. I mean, I've got it in my notes, but I don't think anyone else probably knows.
That was my backstory, though. But did I share that with people?
Yeah, with me you did.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Only if Don says it
Diddy says.
Huh?
It's only if Don says he did.
Well, if I did, I did. Yep.
I think it's in the public part of your character sheet, the first sentence. You grew up in a foreign land, tending to Yggdrasil.
So you've got it public knowledge.
I wear that right out on my sleeve there.
Exactly. So Diddy just says, how the hell could he not know it?
Well, I guess you can keep thinking that then.
Yeah, well, Diddy says, well, then I understand. Maybe he just needs another time then. So let's give him another chance. Let's get him to the people, get him undemonated, and let him make another choice. But it sounds like so the guy who's his, I'll say it's a choice of pain, right? When you're with Idrisil, it's left, right, middle, up, down until the balance is right, and it'll never be right, and you'll always be fighting a battle of they're my friends today and they're my enemies tomorrow. Yeah, is that what you're saying? Idrisil is? Is that why there's always pain?
And he'll share with you that Yggdrasil has been dormant for like the past 50 or 60 years. That he's been, I guess, a chosen, so to speak, of that. It's only been more recently that Yggdrasil has been talking to him.
Right. But that's your real pain, right? Somebody is your friend today, could be your enemy tomorrow because Yggdrasil's alliance changes to make balance. That is the true pain of following the tree.
Those are your words, not mine.
I wanted to know yours.
Just saying, there's times we have to make tough decisions, tough choices.
It's a yes. Okay. Just wanted to know what he's going in for. Yep, I understand that trees have branches above and below. So, yes, understand.
Okay. All right, so guys, don't mind. I'm going to go back and look at my notes of everything that Jodo was going to share with you guys. I want to kind of go through each one of those. If you want me to stop after each bullet point, then tell me. But there's a lot of stuff he was going to share with you guys during this little meeting here. So he shared what he said about Usul already. So some of the stuff maybe repeat. I'll apologize. I'm going to read it. Demons are using the fortress local base. Yeah, I shared it with you guys. Talked about the son and daughter being attacked. I'm assuming you guys are going to tell him that Suri's alive. Earthis, not so much. So he'll be excited to bring her back to MMR. That Arstoth will be happy to see her, but very saddened by the death of his son. Share with you the Roshman force has been assembled north of the Erlingwood. Yep, I shared it with you guys already. Phaedra did not give her permission to use the Erlingwoods as a teleportation destination. Those of you that are familiar with Rashomon, I guess, lore or history or whatever, know that the Erlingwoods is pretty much the Wycloran's secret place. Nobody's allowed in there, to the point where the people that are guarding the outside of it, not by the Wycloran's decree or anything, but if anybody is caught trespassing into the Erlingwood, they are basically executed, killed. That's the penalty of death. So that's why Jodel says he's going to transport you guys to a little forest just outside of MMR, because he can't transport you guys to Erlingwood for that reason. Let's see. Iron Lord Arstoth has agreed to lend them an escort to within sight of the fortress. But he said also the Wyclon were also devising a possible alternate route or plan as well. That you guys can find out more about that when you get there. He'll share roughly the details of the fortress that he was able to get through. So meta-wise, when you guys get there, I'll have you guys do like a history check or whatever to see if you remember what he showed you. He may even do like a rough little sketch of the fortress as well. So you got a general layout, the parts he was in. He'll share it's heavily guarded, so don't expect or try to attack or approach the fortress in the open. He said the fortress has the lake on the south side of it.
Sounds like we need a rogue.
The north side of the fortress is all like open, flat plains. And he said, matter of fact, the biggest tree closest to the fortress is probably about 20 miles to the north, and it's very sparsely populated. So teleporting out in the open like that would be kind of, he just wouldn't consider it. That's why he wants to teleport you to MMR.
Perfect.
What else here? Talked about Phaedra and Arstoth working on a plan how to get the fortress unnoticed by patrols. He shared with you the scroll, right, with the wax seal. That's going to give you your audience with Phaedra once you get there. Without that wax seal, they may consider you imposters or may not get an audience with her. so don't lose it. He tells you guys that while you're off, hopefully destroying this portal, he and Brevin are going to head west to a portion of Lethier Forest. There's been sightings of these sickly-looking frog-like creatures near the Forbidden Groves. Those of you that are familiar with the forest of Lethier from this area, there's a whole section of the forest that's kind of like undead, for lack of a better term. So most of the elves just kind of steer clear of it. It's been like that for years. But again, they've been sighting these frog-like creatures, and Jodell has concerns that this may be a sign there could be another portal somewhere near that. He's also going to give the group, you guys decide who gets them, 4 more sending pebbles that are paired with him. And he says, once you guys reach the fortress, you guys to inform him of their progress each day at dawn. And if he does not hear back from you guys for a period of 3 days, then he will assume the worst. Okay? And that's the last of the notes I've got. You guys have any questions about everything I just shared there?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
So to take care of the demon infestation, we need to go to Erlingwood, though, correct? If we want to take that side trip, I mean.
I mean, to let the White Clawren do their thing to see if they can get.
Yes, exactly.
They can do that. Ilmar is actually the capital of Rashomon. And
so there are enough White Clawren in there. Okay.
Yeah, Visera would know, and probably Victor as well. There's a major, I guess they call it the Witches' Hall in Ilmar. That's where a lot of the White Clawren Council meet and advise the Iron Lord and the rules and laws of Rashomon. Erlingwood is just where it's like the residential area for the White Clawrens, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions on that?
No, so we're taking Usul with us, right? For sure.
That's what Jodell suggested to you guys, to let the White Clawren take a look at him.
Yeah.
So the question that's going to come up from Vigor is looking at the map and be like, why can't we just take a boat to the fortress?
Right now, that lake is frozen.
Okay.
And Jodell and Suine and I guess Kudwar, Brevin, all of them will say, well, you just want to walk out in the open on a big open lake and hope they don't see you?
Well, I mean, we could have gotten up there a lot faster.
True. But again, it's either right now the plan is the Iron Lord will escort you guys up there and then talk with Phaedra when you get there. They were trying to devise some other kind of plan to get you in there unnoticed.
So are we gonna test the Iron Lord to make sure he's not one of these? What did you say they were, AS?
Lizard people.
Lizard people. Dragonborn?
It's not a demon.
Oh, Dream Eater. Dream Eater.
A Dream Eater. It's a demon of a sort. So I can ping it to find out if there's other of them. And we'll take the. I suppose we should also take the necklace to deactivate the portal as well. Yeah.
Yep. Well, obviously. I guess right now Jodell has that necklace right now, right? The talisman.
Yeah. I'll ask him for it.
And he'll look at you, D, without even hesitation and kind of hand it over to you.
Because we're gonna have to give a few of these out.
Just be careful with this. Okay? And Suine says the same thing, and so does Brevin. Okay? All right.
Let's make a few duplicates and send them out.
Jodell's also going to ask you, Diddy, if you still have the drill.
I do. I'll pass it to him, and the little necklace if he needs it.
Okay. The little necklace of what?
The one that carries it in.
Oh, the pendant thing.
It allows one item.
Okay. Yeah, he'll give the pendant back to Kudwar for a moment, and he'll kind of look at the drill and says, well, Kudwar, you got to disassemble this. I got to get some of these parts back to their rightful owners. Kudwar says, I'll get right to it, and he kind of motions for a couple of the acolytes, and they disappear down the stairs with it. What else? Jodell is going to approach Sylvia. Well, I'll just do it with Sylvia since Toman and Twig aren't here. And he's basically going to extend a hand to you, Sylvia. And it says Suine's kind of filled him in on what your potential plans are for the future. And he understands that and respects that. And he wants to basically thank you for all you've done for the realm and for this quest. And hopes you live long and happy, and even with your little friend there. And you kind of motion to wherever you got Daisy in your little pocket.
Excellent. Yeah, and she says, "Oh, it's been great to expand my horizons and kind of get a taste of what my parents went through, but I think it's time that I help my people."
Totally understood. This is one last thing, and he pulls a little pebble out of his pouch and places it in your palm. So this is one for you. So you use this anytime if you ever need again, and I will answer the call. It's another sending pebble that's linked to him.
I am honored. Thank you so much. Okay. And if you're ever in my neck of the woods, I'm happy to help you however I can.
I appreciate that. I'm sure the circle will seek you out.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Diddy.
I'll smile at Sylvia and say, "Would you like to take a fake necklace along with you?"
What?
No, Diddy. Thank you very much, though.
Okay. I was going to tell you the caveats behind it is yes, it could be dangerous.
Diddy Tinker seems to follow you wherever we go, so I had a suspicion.
All right.
So meta knowledge wise, he'll do the same thing with Toman and Twig, and Toman and Twig will share with you guys that they both plan on heading back to Telflum, back home. That their time with this quest is done, and they'll leave it up to these other fine folk that have now joined the cause. Okay. Okay, that's all my notes for what Jodell says. All right, anything else you guys want to do, say, get in trouble with before Jodell teleports you guys to MMR?
I'll just drop the little return potion. I'll say, Jodell, can I drop the dot on you? So if I need to come back, I'll come back to you.
You'll get splinched that way.
You can't do it to a person.
Not to a person.
I got the reference.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, all right. So we just have to think of where we're wanting to teleport back to, guys. What are you thinking?
He's referring to return questions.
Are we kind of done with Mucklestones for now?
I mean, like where's the final point that we need to bring the talisman to? Like once everything's done.
Like once we go destroy the portal in the fortress, where are we coming back to? Are we coming back to Mucklestones, or are we coming back to
meta knowledge wise, at some point Jodell, Brevin, any of these guys would have shared with you that last time this happened, there were more than one portal. And also meta knowledge wise, this is way back in like session 15. Way back here in the Giant Spire Mountains, you guys found an old dormant portal that was used last time, which is like 1,000 years ago. And on the walls, they had markings of where these other portal locations were, or at least hieroglyphs. And you guys did your best to try to figure out where they were. And that's where, if you see on the map, there are a couple of like dots. And if you look at the legend, the legend kind of shows that. Like the orange ones are verified, where you guys have seen them or someone has seen them. The blue are ones that were on that wall but are unverified.
Sorry, I can't see their screen.
Yeah, I was just linking around them.
Hey, Brian, has Nara or any of us put together the original request from the first encounter with a pit fiend to this particular portal in this fortress?
Well, I would imagine you did, because he basically told you guys the exact same thing, right?
All right.
Now, I don't know if you guys have shared that with Jodell or anybody else yet. That's up to you. Yeah, but there's no need to do a roll. I mean, the demon said the exact same thing, that his master had a portal and you guys needed to go there and get it back for him. Is that clicking for everybody? I need to explain it more. Sometimes I lay the hook out and nothing bites. So
only because I missed the second half of the Pit Fiend fight, I think.
No, it was the first Pit Fiend fight that we learned this. Remember when we originally started to try to negotiate with the Pit Fiend, the Pit Fiend said, "Oh, I'll tell you what, I have a quest for you. If you guys will go and get this thing back, this portal back that my master lost, we'll leave this portal alone."
Right.
Oh, gotcha.
And then somebody said, "Oh, I got some cards to play."
And also, most of you guys would have known, whether it's through Sebastian or somebody else, that, yeah, you guys defeated the Pit Fiend. He got sent away, but he said for his master. So chances are his master is going to send someone else back to this Mucklestone Gate to do the exact same thing. You just don't know when or if that'll happen.
Well, should we make it a point to tell Cudwar to go
I
let
think
the
we're gonna.
Mucklestone Gate?
I'm going to share the story with Jodell that we learned from the Pit Fiend in the first encounter before the death encounter.
Okay.
And that we have it that he should watch out for the Mucklestone portal, because chances are, while we defeated the demon that was there, he was being sent by a greater demon, and that demon was seeking out the Mucklestone portal because the portal at the fortress used to be his. So the other concern is that if we free up this other portal, that we're going to have to worry about demons. And we've learned that it's a demon portal, but we now know from the Pit Fiend that it's not a demon portal, it's a Slatty portal. And we need to pass that information on to Jodell and to Cudwar.
It's a demon portal being used by the Slatty.
But we need to make sure that we know that it is a demon portal being used by the Slatty, because I don't know that Jodell actually told us that in the last half an hour of discussion.
Ooh, and if there's any repercussions for Usul, or if we try and close this portal, does they just murder Usul, or does it revert to a demon portal and we just get swarmed as soon as it changes?
Right, but aren't we going to free Usul with the Wyclarens before we go to the portal?
Well, we don't know if it'll work or not. We hope it will.
Oh, it'll work. They're Wyclarens.
I mean,
yeah, so Jodell would have shared. He did not know, exactly. He didn't remember. He said he didn't see the portal. He couldn't find it, but he saw enough Slotty there to know that there had to be a portal there being used by the Slotty. And he also learned through Phaedra, the head Wyclaren there, that the Fortress of the Half Demon has always historically been a demon source. So 2 and 2 together, it's always been a demon portal there or something. The demons have always used that for at least the past 150 years. That's why everyone's kind of given that area kind of a wide berth when they travel that route. That make sense?
Yep. Now it's just infesticated with Slatty.
Okay. So you're going to share that information that the Pit Fiend shared with you with Jodell.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll say that Jodell and Cudwar will say they need to spend some time discussing that, about how they need to handle that moving forward. Perhaps they destroy that stone itself there in the field where the Mucklestones are, so they can't be used anymore. Or I don't know. They'll have to discuss it.
Well, that's baby out with the bathwater right there.
You said that they've only recently been using that portal for what you guys use it for. And they said, and again, you guys knew this before, sometimes that portal is a two-way portal. Like right now, they can only be opened from the Mucklestone side. But he said there has been times before we can't open it from the astral side. So yeah, that's a grave concern to them. And he said they will discuss that and figure what they're going to do next. So that's Brian saying he doesn't have an answer to you.
Right.
We appreciate Brian's honesty.
No problem. All right. Anything else you guys want to do in town or anything before?
Portalish, we'll find a place to sleep there, right?
You can find a place to sleep in Immolar, probably. Yep. It's a much bigger town than Mucklestones.
Before these little gnomes start yapping.
I'm sorry.
What? There's no way. There's no way there's magic weapons.
Victor is magic free.
Victor's
He's
magic
got a
free.
trident.
He's got a
No,
trident.
he has a trident now.
Oh, right. His pokey fork.
He's got
Does the
magical
fork get
fists. All right, so just need to know: are you guys going to stay here for the night, or are you guys going to head to Immolar now, or in the morning?
Stay the night. What time is it now?
let's say it's roughly about 6 p.m. at night. That took about an hour.
Head over. Imamar.
I mean,
Don't be afraid of the shadow.
no, meta wise, we should be, eating, like stop for food, yada yada.
Yeah, it's up to you if you guys want to have dinner first. I mean, Kudwar and the gnomes will give you guys a feast
I mean,
if you want.
we could say that we had all these discussions over meals,
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
because like at some point we should have had some sort of rest, and then we also need to, get a stool ready and everything else.
Okay. And I'm assuming at some point you had a discussion about MMR itself, and out of the group you've got right now, Visera is probably going to be the most knowledgeable of the layout of MMR. She's been there several times before. Now, whether or not Victor has or not, I think you spent most of your time over in the mountains, as I recall. Does that sound right, Rand?
Yeah, Victor would have been a little bit south from there. He would have been like Citadel Rashomar, and then
Right.
kind of maybe more that Mulsmir.
Mulsanter? Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So Visera is going to be the most knowledgeable person when you guys get to MMR. Okay?
Okay.
So you guys all in agreement? You're going to teleport there tonight
Sure.
with
How
Usul
we,
still in shackles?
Yeah, how are we transporting him?
I was going to give Usul a chance to have a role play session as you guys take him from the cell at some point. He's awake.
Who's going to change his bedpan?
Have y'all ever seen the movie The Man in the Iron Mask? It's gonna be a Sewell screaming.
Wait for Usul to take a little fresh pile of poo and throw it the first person who opens that little eye hole in the door.
He's the flinger.
So Usul, is there anything you want to say to? Well, first off, who wants to go down and bring Usul out? I mean, Kudwar and the bouncers will obviously escort you to bring him out.
Oh, I better go get him. He's my friend.
Ooh, wait, hold on. Do we need to do this one? We never discussed anything about Professor P.
Okay, I think either Kudwar.
No, we kind of.
Sorry, go
We
ahead.
kind of hand waved that. I thought.
But the bottom line is nobody knows if he's alive or dead.
Now that Jadel's here, the whole thing could have come up. We thought he was with you. No, we thought he was with you.
Okay.
Oh.
Because Jadel would have been like, "Hey, where's Professor?"
Right,
Would have been asking where everyone is, right?
he would have been.
So now we should all be aware that he's missing. Because at the time we just thought, or before this, we all thought, "Oh, he's with you guys." No, he's with you guys.
So Jodell will share with you guys. Again, here I mentioned you guys that he and Brevin are heading to the western part of the forest. That they got to go through Yeshomar to get there. That while they're near Yeshomar, Brevin will reach out to his contacts there, aka the Gith, to see if they heard any news of what's going on with Professor P. How's that for an answer?
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Sounds like soon we can honor our fallen.
Real quick in character. What is the plan with this return potion?
And Jodell will
Should
kind of
we-
look. Go ahead.
Should we put our drop here in Mucklestone or take it with us to the next city?
Good question. Have you guys decided that?
So just from this is slightly meta, slightly not. I thought from what we were discussing that since they're going to go check on see if that other portal's there, we should do it here in Mucklestones because then we're closer to get back to that portal to close it.
Seems like a good idea. And also, this is further away from the front lines in case we
Well,
teleport ourselves back to a place that's burning.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, we also know about the one on the Mountain Iron and those ones. So do we want to try and get all of them and then come back, or?
I mean, Jodell said he's going to look at the one in the western part of the forest first. Because that's the
This
only
one?
one. That's again, they've heard of sightings of frog-like creatures near the edges of that dead part of the forest.
So while we're doing it, he's kind of doing the same thing, but
He's basically doing a scouting mission like he did for the fortress for you guys.
to verify it. Okay,
Yeah.
got
So basically, he finds it. We go close it while he goes and finds another one.
Right.
We're kind of following behind him.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll head there next.
And we still got the one that's up over by the little ice glacier place, right?
The cave of what was it? Permanent ice or?
Yeah, eternal ice or immortal.
Right. Okay.
So we like really we can't just go do the one and come back. I don't think. Like we know there's more.
Right.
So
I'm good with Mucklestones being the go-to spot. It's just
be your home base. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know.
Is
I kinda
Mucklestones
like the-
big enough to be your home base?
I don't know. So how big is Immolar compared to Mucklestone?
Well, Victor would know this. So let me just show you the map, and this will probably answer your question for you real quick. So if I switch over to this map, you may have to zoom out a little bit.
Should be our home.
Considerably.
most
We're,
significantly,
all right,
and it has
we're going there. We're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This makes
our
perfect
home
sense.
base because you're going to be able to flash your trident around there.
Yeah, no doubt, man. All right. Yes. Victor would be voting that way then.
Okay. So again, those of you that are from this realm, whether you're from Rashomon or not, know that Rashomon and Narfell have a storied history of fights breaking out between the two. There hasn't really ever been like an all-out war between the two, but it's kind of like, New York versus California, kind of that thing, with the Bloods and the Crips, but no, not that bad. It's just they kind of clash. I mean, the Rashomon culture is a little bit more laid back, more than the Narfell culture. Narfell is more about putting laws in place. Rashomon's more about chaotic. I mean, again, Visera would have shit us with the guys. Wyclarn pretty much rule the place. They're the ones that pick the Iron Lord. The Iron Lord is like the military leader. He's kind of like the figurehead, kind of like the president, so to speak. But the Vyclarn are really the ones that run the place, and they are witches. They're not bad people. They're just of that kind of ilk.
So they got like a chaotic Senate with a lawful president. Is that kind of the idea?
They're the Jedi Council of the area.
Something like that. Yeah.
How actively do they like participate in the ruling of the area?
Oh, what they say goes. I mean, to disobey what a Wyclarn says. Yeah,
that's what I meant. They're not like shadowy figures no one ever sees. They actually are like public.
They're like honored
well-known.
parts of the culture, right? I mean, they're honored
Correct.
by the common folk and all of that.
correct.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I meant. They're not like shadowy secret background figures. They're literally like, oh, that's a Wyclarn over there. And
Yeah.
we know which one that is, and he's got his sigils in his robes, whatever. And they're
Bottom-
famous.
Bottom line is, don't piss them off if you're in Rashomon.
Probably don't
Cool.
rob him. Got it.
And I guess
No robbing.
not that it's,
I think our place of home base has to have at least 3 taverns.
Our place of home base has to have a place where you can buy an uncommon item.
Yeah, that would be good too.
so Victor. Let me. Oh, it's Victor and Vigor maybe for this. So Victor would know this. So MMR has an infamous, I guess, district called Venom Street, and that's where there are all kinds of like bars and gambling halls and Rashomon. They have a even more rich, I guess, brutal history with Fae, and Fae is the magic item creators throughout the whole realm, not just in Cold Lands, throughout entire Faerun. That is where a lot of the magical stuff originates, and Rashomon hate them with a freaking passion. So you're not going to find any Thaian enclaves within MMR. Doesn't mean they don't have magic items, but there are other places that have those Thaian enclaves that have a lot more magic items outside of the realm of Rashomon.
Gotcha.
But the magic stuff you find here are typically not going to be made by the Thaians.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't give you any more than that, but you know that there's a difference.
Well,
But
your guys' call.
basically, it's just a much larger town with much more trade and much more activity than. So, out
No,
of
we were
character,
in
out of
Ingest.
character wise. I was say out of character wise, where this place has a port and all that stuff. Like when we leave and come back between missions, there could be different items there than like when every time we close a portal or something.
Well, this is the
I don't
winter
know how-
season, so there's not as many, I guess, trade merchants making the way. Again, the lake is frozen, and that's the main route that they take across back and forth to MMR is by the lake.
They probably just have sled dogs or something.
Well, they can walk across the ice once it freezes up.
Ice road truckers.
Exactly. Yeah. See.
So Victor's maybe he's still a little bit torn up or shaken about the experience in Ingest.
In regards to what? About almost dying?
Well,
Someone did die.
just the absolute crazy horde of it, and so here Mucklestone seems like this little country cottage that a horde may never visit, but like this city, like do we have any indication kind of on the horde radar what this city's value is? MMR,
On the horde radar?
Like
Well,
a strategic point.
yeah.
He wants to know if they're about to get attacked.
Well, if we go back to the main map, again, this is all knowledge that all characters should know. It's made its
They're
rounds
pushing
throughout the realm.
south.
So everywhere you see this little token looking like this, that's a city that's fallen. So all along the northern side, and you guys saw one portal location here. We're assuming there's one here. Guess if you look at,
Verified.
yeah, those are the
I'd say
verified ones.
Mucklstones is in more danger than Immelmar specifically. Well, I guess they could take the army across the ice. I don't know.
No, I think
Well, no.
Immelmar's in trouble because the fortress up
He-
here is
Oh,
is,
right. Yes.
is Slutty owned. Immelmar's the next target.
Yeah.
But you could have some fun, Mom, before you get to Immelmar. Before they get to Immelmar.
I mean, if we close that portal, then
Yeah, let's go close the portal and then it won't
Or-
be a
I
problem.
guess
Or
let's
hear me
just have
out.
let's have a vote. Where do we put our potion at?
Immelmar.
Immelmar.
Yeah, Visera is going to vote for Immelmar because that's her sort of home
Yeah.
base area. Or
But,
Right. That's it.
Even past
And-
that though, so we close this portal,
4.
right? Maybe we don't close it. Maybe it returns to demon hands, and they take care of the slotty for us.
Exactly.
And just so I'm not trying to change your minds or alter your decision. Those of you that know that the return potions, there is one person that makes them. Do you guys remember who that is?
Is he in Mucklestones?
Well, he's not anymore. He's on the Swift Sparrow.
It's Nimba or Jim, isn't it? One of the two.
Yep. Those two little gnomes that are on this little Swift Sparrow, you call, that are heading towards the Bildubaris front lines.
Why couldn't they make us 3 or 4 and we'd have label the potions?
I mean, if we go
Why not make
here,
a wizard.
let's say we're planning out on a campaign map here, and tactically we go to Immelmar. If we're teleporting to Immelmar, so we go to the Fortress of Half Demon, and then we could head towards Bilderbergs across the frozen lake through the
I
river
don't know,
over the
man.
mountain.
We could hit the one up north first, depending on if our horde's coming, right?
Well, yeah, depending on how it's coming from. Is Gurkamar fallen or no?
No, not yet.
You don't
According
know.
to this.
Okay, we don't know. Okay. Yeah, so maybe we wait until the demons have thinned things out first before we go up there.
Thin things out. We'll
Hey,
clean
I'm
for
just saying
scraps.
that was a lot of centaurs and all that here, right? So
Had
I
a
feel
whole
like the
siege
demon-
battle set up for you guys, and you guys all snuck out.
well, no, we had fallen.
Yeah, but you know what? We went back and decided to fight a losing battle anyway.
Yeah,
so
you did.
It's all good.
I'm proud of you.
Until we hid in the grass like children.
Until I ran like a baby.
Hey, no, Bokvar died fighting.
Yeah, he
Who's
did.
Bakfar again? Just
Bokvar was, yeah.
That crazy orc that didn't know when to say run. Didn't know what that meant.
Hey, he got some good. He took some out with him.
All right, so you guys are all in agreement then, or not? You're gonna make MMR your return potion
MMR.
spot?
MLR.
yes, Immelmar.
Okay. All right.
Plus, if Jodel can send us there, then that's a good point. That if there really is something, he could meet us there and take us back somewhere else.
Yep. Jodel's been there before, so he can teleport via plants to that same place he's going to send you guys to.
Okay. Let's do
So
it.
Diddy says, why don't I have, because most of our allies are currently in Mucklestones, and you guys are wanting to set up in Immelmar, if one of us has Mucklestones as our return spot, then we can get there and inform the majority of our people, who are already our allies, what's happening. Would that help?
Well, no, isn't that what the sending stone's for?
Yeah, I agree with Diddy though.
Okay.
I think that that's actually not a terrible idea.
So wait, is this a Sylph moment? One person's gonna peace out.
Yeah, but it's Diddy. He always does this, man.
Diddy says, "Well, I can fly back to you, but if we're all losing and then we shoot back, we'll be able to have 2 locations where they know that shit's hit the fan, and we can warn them at the same time, and then I'll meet you back at Imilmar.
That sounds like a good plan.
Because people here can teleport me there. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. And
Yep.
you also know that clerics have the sending spell.
Too bad we don't have cleric.
Yeah, no. Well, you have a partial one.
He's growing, growing.
Yeah, I reckon that's. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I think it's a good idea because then, if we're and Mucklestones is further back as well, so we can let the word out here. You guys will let the word out there, and someone in Mucklestones we already know can teleport us. Well, at the moment, can teleport me back straight to Imilmar. What do you think, guys?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Right,
sounds
I'll
good.
I'll
So-
drop mine off in the keep then.
Okay, so just make a mark on your character sheets. The fact that you guys have got these return potions and where they're marked to.
Okay.
Well, we haven't gone to the other city yet.
Right, but
Why?
just saying what your
Why?
plan is, because I'm not going to remember where everybody
Okay.
marks their potion to. Just make sure you mark it on your character sheet.
All right, done.
Okay, so we ready to teleport to a new town?
Yahoo!
Okay. All right, so
That's
let
good.
me switch back to Imilmar,
Shopping.
and let's see how much shit I don't have ready.
Did we decide who was taking the 4 sending stones that were offered?
No.
No.
Yep, guys, decide that now. If one person's going to have all of them, you want to split them up amongst 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you?
Why don't we split it up between the 4 of us and then have them so we can talk to each other?
That's not how they work, Diddy. You keep forgetting that.
I-
So
They
they
all
sorry.
go to Jodel, or
correct.
Oh, or the Jodel. Okay.
Because man, his
fine.
instructions
Jodel-
were once you get to the
Jodel's
fortress.
just gonna-
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Jodel will just play broken telephone to all of us. You know, we call Jodel and be like, he can be the switchboard operator. Oh, I got a message for Diddy. Come in, Diddy. Hang on,
I gotcha.
connecting you.
Yeah,
Poor
they-
man's 911.
They work both ways. But again, his instructions were that once you get to the fortress, to send him a message each day at dawn.
Yeah.
If he doesn't hear from us in 3 days, then he's going to assume the worst.
Correct.
and then do what? He didn't really say what he would do if the worst happened.
He's just going to assume it.
Okay.
Now, he didn't say it,
Sit-
but
sit down,
Brian
have a cup of
Brian
tea.
is thinking they're going to be dead. If they don't give him an answer in 3 days.
He'll just do the old brushing of his hands. Oh, so much for those guys.
And he told
Should
you
I
guys
get
the
one
most
guy?
important thing is what? Save the talisman.
The talisman, yeah. So I'm wearing that. So do you want me to have one so I can at
You're
least
Don't-
wearing it again?
Don't piss off
Yeah,
White Lauren.
Yes, and don't piss off the White
Don't-
Lauren.
Don't offer the talisman to the dragon.
Okay, so I'm going to ask.
I would.
I'm going to ask the same question I asked before. Who's taking the 4? Which of us are having the 4 sending stones? Are we splitting them up amongst however many there are? There's only 4 of them.
Bigger is not taking.
Jodel should have one.
I most likely would not take one.
I don't
You'll
think-
pick one up.
I don't think Wysira would have one.
Oh, I'd be happy to take one.
Yeah, okay. So if we don't have enough takers, Victor, Nera, Diddy, and Jodel, is that the idea?
Jodel's not going with you
Jodel
guys.
gave them to us.
Well, I know, but isn't that the purpose of the sending stones?
They're
Yeah,
pairs.
so we can talk to you.
Jodel,
Yeah, but they're
had-
matching up with Jodel,
Right.
Jodel, right?
Jodel has 4 in his pocket that match up with 4 that you guys have.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
all
my
set.
sending stone that I have in my pocket is paired with Jodel.
Okay. Who has the other 3?
I'll have one.
Okay, that's 2 of them. Got 2 more to go. No one else wants them. Both of you guys take 2.
No, I'll take Victor. I'll take one just to
Okay.
have.
Yeah, make sure you mark it in your character sheet. That's paired with Jodel.
Paired.
I think Diddy still has 2 that are paired with Go Round as well, right?
Yeah, so I'll pass one of them to. I don't need both. This is to go around if you guys want it. He's a powerful druid in the Circle of Leth.
None of those guys have met him.
So maybe has
Oh,
Azul
I
met
was
it?
gonna say, he's a powerful druid. The Circle of Leth has got actually quite powerful priests there too. So,
I think we should give one to Azul just to see what he says to Jodel when he's in demon form.
No, I was thinking about giving that, but probably not. Any one of you guys like elves? Foresty places?
I'm an elf.
Oh, that makes you prime candidate number one. I'll tell you about Leth as well, and who rolls it. And Gorand is the head druid there.
No, not the head.
And how do I spell Gorand?
Gorand.
Okay.
Go
Right.
around.
Got it.
Rand.
Go, Rand. Go.
And
Rand.
I'm gonna
go.
name drop you, Diddy, if I ever need to contact him.
So we still have one more talisman or one more sending stone, right?
With Jodel.
With Jodel. So we need either Osul or Aeus or
Why don't one of us
Vigor?
take it? Why don't one of us take it, Victor? Take the second one, and then as soon as Osul becomes demon free, we can give it to Osul.
I'm slightly confused on why we're splitting them all up, though, because it's just supposed to be a report back every morning thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but why would one person have four? Like we all, if three of us die, then at least one of us can do
Right.
it.
Or
if
you
we
get
get split
That's
up.
separated.
what I'm thinking too. Yeah, it's just I think Diddy needs one for sure because he's portaled to a different place, but we can't talk to Diddy directly anyways, right? So we have to just still ask Jodel, like, hey, Diddy's not here. Is he in Mucklestones? Can you check?
Um,
Has he ported home?
Right.
Matt,
I'll tell you that's where I'm dropping the potion. So you.
On
Or
the,
if we get separated in the fortress, it also is a way to, like you were saying, use him as a switchboard to communicate with each other, right?
only
I like it.
only once. But my next question on nothing is, Brian, on the map, how far is it to travel from Ilmamar to the fortress? Like how many days?
I'm gonna say it's roughly 2 days.
Okay, so we won't start using them until like basically we'll send him one the day we get there and be like, okay, we've arrived at the fortress. Here we go.
Right.
Or
That's part of the reason why Jodel said if you didn't hear from you guys in 3 days.
okay,
You don't know that,
Just-
but Brian knows that.
four, yeah, four stones, one a day. That would be like that's obviously we don't got a lot of time, right?
Yeah, but he said only contact him the first time after you've reached the fortress. That way he knows you're there, and then if he doesn't hear from you in 3 days, whether either before or after that, then he's going to assume you guys have failed or died or whatever, gone to the dark side.
And
Y'all became
we should
demons.
do a will and we should do a will and testament as well.
So we can
while we're
consider
here.
one of them already used,
Why?
They're
'Cause we'll-
reusable, though, right? Are they only
No, it's-
single use?
single use.
Correct.
Oh, single
They,
use.
yeah, they
gotcha.
go down into dust or after they've been used. That's
Right.
why
I
I was
did-
like, we need to actually
yeah,
consider
yeah,
how we're
yeah.
using these.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
catch that.
shit.
Sorry.
I didn't know that either. I thought it was a reusable item.
Nope.
No. That's why I was wondering why we were splitting them all up like this and everything else. I'm like, literally, it's going to be a one-time use, then it's gone, right?
Oh, yeah, good point. Well, then it's
That's-
not so useful to split them up then in that case.
I didn't realize you guys
Agreed.
didn't do that.
Sorry, I'm laughing at what AS just put in chat.
Yeah, I saw that.
So before I forget, so this sending pebble, it's in the master handout of master index of handouts. All those links in there. I think it's going to be under. Do I have it magic items there or not? I
So
don't.
instead of a
Um,
sending
cool.
stone, this is a sending pebble, Brian?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Korn had them before.
Yep. So those I had them in your bio, so maybe it's not in that master handout, but it's under magic loot under the journal section. At least it should be. If not, then I'll have to fix that.
All right, well, we'll figure it out. If something happens in town and we don't make it to the fort, otherwise, if we get to the fort and Diddy uses his, then Victor will give Diddy the one that he's holding.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And Diddy will say now what we also need to do is just tell the rank of succession. So if I die, you take the talisman, then the next person. But we should say who that next person is, so they can that's the person who they're expecting.
They'll know how
communication
many
from.
people died if it's the fourth person.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they would. That's actually a very good point. Yeah, they would.
Or if they get separated,
who
you
wants
know.
it? Yeah.
That's
So if I
fine.
die, which one of you guys want to pick it up next?
The necklace?
I would say, is Sylvia
Yeah.
coming with us or is Aeus coming with us? Kev, who are you playing?
AS.
Okay.
Sorry, I just went to the bathroom. Yes, I'm coming with you guys.
As Ace or Sylvia?
Yeah, Sylvia's gone.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sylvia went back
Yeah,
home.
so
like-
Diddy says
Mucklestone.
when my so when the if I fall, then we should actually tell let's see, the powers that be. So there's our guys that are here. What the descending order is who's going to pick it up, so they know how many of us are dead.
Think
I had
positive.
I had
Usul
this
is
picture-
demon free.
I had this picture of Jodell with all of our pictures on like a pegboard, and he's just taking them off one by one and ripping them up as we die.
That's right. Says to Jordell, we'll give you the pecking order. And just remember, guys, though, that whoever picks up the talisman's going to have a big freaking target on their back if they find out that you've got it.
Gotcha.
So, with that said, who wants it next?
I'm good at
Nero.
escaping.
Yeah,
Vigor.
Victor would vote Nera in a heartbeat. I think it was only recently that he's ever seen Nera get blooded at all.
Yeah.
Bloodied.
I mean,
Fortune
like
rolls.
I say, I'm good at getting the hell out.
So is Vigor, and Vigor's also good at I want to say magical recovery. I'm gonna call recovery is in quotes.
Fair enough, but Vigor's not very trustworthy.
This is fair.
I mean, we've seen Vigor in and around various inns and whatnot, trying to steal coins and.
You
various-
haven't seen Vigor.
Well, no, I
suppose
was in the one inn where you were trying to get through the window on the one side.
No, there was no player. There was no players inside when that happened. When you guys came in was after I left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I left, and then you guys all showed up, and she had her performance or whatever.
Yeah, that's when you came back in and she saw you.
I don't remember that one.
All
right.
well, once you guys have worked it out, you let me know, and I'll tell Jodell.
I'm good with either one. I think the monk can move like 180 feet per round or something. I kind of
And
like that
and
idea.
shadow step.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got it next, Monk.
All right.
Okay.
So if you fall, I grab the talisman.
You do, yeah. And then when you fall, who are you gonna give it
Oh,
to?
I won't fall. I run. I will run like the wind. I will
Leave the-
run,
no,
Forrest, run.
Now,
I will go so fast that the metal
agree with
braces on my
you.
legs will break off.
quick thing.
I agree
Can
with you
anyone
100%.
use the talisman? That's important to know.
I'm just trying to tune to it now. I'll let you know. Once I know its powers, I'll tell you all about it.
Okay.
Pretty sure I shared that. Yeah, Talisman to Loom is at like second from the bottom under Master Index of Handout. So what you guys
okay.
know about it up to this point, I've got all in there. You guys learned, I think, from Dacian back in Yeshomar, some of the history behind it.
Oh, it's pretty.
Dude, there's so many shit. Where do I go?
Bottom. Scroll to the bottom.
Master Index
All
of
the way
Handout,
to
it's like
the
second from the bottom. It's in pink. It says Talisman of Talum.
It's the second handout at the very top of your journal,
Oh, at the very top. Okay.
and then
scroll
click
down.
the Master Index of Handouts.
Gotcha.
And then go to the very bottom. It's the second to last item.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha. Okay, right. Okay. Ooh, pretty.
Ooh.
Right. Okay.
So that's all information you guys have either discovered or found out about it at this point. Which,
The
if
notes
mem-
did not describe or detail how the talisman was used to destroy the portals.
Okay. Well, as soon as I have it for an hour, I will let you all know how to do it, and I'll especially let the person who's going to take it on next how to do it.
Does it
Yeah,
say
you
something
might
on
need to
there
keep
about
that-
need to attune to it, did he?
I don't
No,
think
it
so.
doesn't. So you'll put it on.
Nothing. It just says does not describe or detail how it was used to destroy the portals. But
Yeah,
it- oh,
seems
no,
like
no,
we
it
should
says it
hold on to
speaks to you.
Gorman
It speaks to you.
Stone, dude.
It says it speaks to you. It says
all
that
right,
Talum said the talisman spoke to him as he approached the portal. So we won't know how to use it until we get to a portal. But
Right.
presumably, once you get close enough, it'll tell you there's a portal over there or something.
Okay,
Excellent. All right. Good.
If you're worthy.
we're in.
Where's the monk?
Imala.
There you go.
Imala.
I gotta go back and double check some of my notes, but I seem to recall that one of you had a dream sequence where you should have seen this being used.
Of the current party?
Guarantee it wasn't me.
Yeah, I know it
That
wasn't
was
Nero.
Professor P. Professor P
Azul?
had that, I think.
Azul also had one, didn't he?
I can't remember if it was Usul or Diddy.
What was it?
I
Dream,
had something about
I gotta
it.
double check my notes before I just say it, because I think it was one of you two
But
that had a dream sequence that you saw someone using this thing.
Oh, that was a while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I've got down here is that we saw it. I don't know which person did
Well,
it though.
You don't have to worry about it yet because you're nowhere near the portal, so I'll figure that out before you get there.
All right.
I don't like the
Should we
phrase that
port in and
says
go to the inn, or
several of the party members died on their way to the stone while others died during the extraction process. That seems a little ominous, but
Well,
so
that's
we already fit past that though.
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that was our most recent party. That's why we're all playing backup characters.
That explains it. Okay.
No, in all fairness, I think only one person. Well, you guys don't know that. Only one person died from that. But at the end, I will give props to Usul because there were like 10 dead people there, and he used mass healing word to revive everybody. But granted, there was only 2 people from the main party that were there. But yeah, anyway, semantics at this point. All right, so he teleports you guys, and you guys appear in front of a large tree around this general area, right outside one of the city gates over here. Not any kind of traffic along this area. Again, it's about 6, 7 o'clock at night. It's nighttime. It's cold. Even though this has green on it, it's not. It's covered in snow. This here is Frozen Lake. There are a couple boats that are out in the bay that are frozen in place there as well. And you will see like torches and the sound of a city beyond these giant stone walls that are about 40 feet tall.
Are the
Perfect.
gates open?
The gates are open, and there's a small little host of armored guards here. Probably a good 20 or 30 if you can tell from this standpoint.
I think we should all just go get in line to get in. I don't know if there's like farmer carts or something, or wait our turn.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of people at the door there. It's mainly just the guards standing there. But if that's what you guys want to do, I mean, that's fine. Just tell me.
I'm assuming Ysera knows the process for getting into the city and finding a inn. Like if there's any kind of,
Typically, if the gates are open in Rashomon, I mean, anybody that can go in unless you look like you're a thief or a Narfell-like barbarian. Again, most Rashomon have dark hair. Narfels are more of the lighter haired. So that's probably the main thing that will cause a guard to kind of stop and basically inspect you. So do any of you guys have like light or blonde hair?
AS does.
Okay.
100%.
But you're
do they have
right?
problems? Do they have problems with any particular races, non-human races?
Tieflings are welcome here. You know that, Visera?
Right.
Tieflings are almost. There's a lot of Wycloran that are Tieflings, but Tieflings they have a long history or heritage with the Rashomon culture. Most of the barbarians of the Cold Lands had, hundreds of years ago, were tied a lot closer with the demons, and therefore their interaction with Tieflings was quite common. So, no one's going to pay you any mind the fact that you're a Tiefling, if that's where you're going with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to stick out. I've got blonde hair and weird eyes.
Okay.
And weird eyes.
Yeah, they don't have pupils. It's
Right.
a bit weird. And
Um,
I'll say before we walk in, just remember, guys, we don't tell anyone we've got the talisman. Just say it.
Who all's come with us though? Like party wise,
Here, let me-
Aldem did not, or Twig. Yeah, can we recycle over who's?
All of them did.
Yeah, let me drop you guys in here. Who else here?
Yeah.
I mean,
All of
Autumn's
them.
not here in the thing, but he is going
Who's
with you
Rich
guys.
keeping? Is he keeping the rogue, or no? The rogue went away, right?
There's your answer.
Oh,
Just
okay.
keep an Aelin. There you go.
And I'm assuming you guys got Usul still in, chains or manacles or whatever. Usul, is there anything that you're going to try to do or say while they're kind of just pulling you along?
Can we just drug him the whole time?
We didn't make him like Hannibal Lecter. He can talk, right?
No, we should sedate him like a
That's what I mean, like
like a
unconscious
mental
the
health
whole time.
patient in the ambulance
Unconscious
the
the whole
entire
time.
route.
Yes. Do like a medicine check or something. Keep him unconscious the whole time.
And the only one I'm missing is Visera, I think.
Yeah.
We need to get so first order of business, in my opinion, is get Usul healed, or
Yeah,
don't
I
lose
agree.
talisman. Get Usul healed.
That's it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
As we're kind of leading and pulling Azula with us, I pull a metal crown like looking thing and put it on top of Usul's head.
A metal crown looking thing?
Yeah.
That's pretty specific.
So, Don, you've been pretty quiet. Anything you want to do or say? Is Usul here?
I'm pretty tied up, I think.
Yep.
I'm not sure what I can do.
Well, you guys tell me whether you got him gagged or not.
Sedated.
Oh
sedated.
God, yes. We got to gag him because he'll just say, "Hey, guess who's got the talisman?"
Well, I'm
just
saying-
slap him on the side of the head.
Traveling
he
with,
meant
with him for a
Malak.
long time without doing that, right? I don't know that it's necessary.
We didn't travel
What do you
without
think-
that actually. He
Well,
only just
not
got the,
us,
he only
but-
just got the demon.
Out of character, did right? Or he just now
What's
got
that?
the demon.
He got it when we went to the really bad thing, and he got clobbered by the really nasty protector of the spawning stone.
Oh,
So
okay.
the
I
big
missed
bad,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like literally, he's come back and like they came back the moment we met them. When they came back, he had a demon inside him.
So let's
So
That's it.
let's talk about
it's been
this.
like 10 hours.
Let's talk about this from a meta knowledge standpoint, because I know how Don feels about Usul and his demon. I mean, I think Don doesn't want anybody to really know that Usul has a demon, but from a game standpoint, only certain ones of you were there when it happened. So to be fair to Don, and I guess just open it up for discussion, this is out of character stuff. Do you guys want to share this with the rest of the party? That he
We
has a
haven't
demon?
had 3 tankards of ale yet.
Did he?
Wouldn't I know? I mean, I stunned
Nero.
the crap out of
Yeah,
him with
Nero was
black
there.
eye.
See,
Victor.
Nero was there, Diddy was there, and Victor was there. The rest of these
Victor-
folks were not there.
AS, Aldum, Wysira, we were all outside.
It just
Correct.
seems weird. Like I mean, so everybody did gather together when Jodell, when we were talking to Jodell,
Mhm.
except
Oh.
Usul wasn't there. And I just think that if we're transporting a shackled Usul, who they met,
Right.
like riding a dragon,
Exactly.
I think that it would cause questions.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fair. Because Vigor would be like, "Hey, what's with the stiff?" Because we're dragging him, like I said, if we're dragging him around sedated, then
Okay.
like, why are we carting this unconscious dude with us?
Okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So,
Well, that
Right
was-
on.
and Diddy's trying to help the new people. He believes in like people who are innocent. So he'll say, when we fought, he was struck by the most powerful creature that lives on the spawning stone, and it slammed into him a demon. He's not always been like this, and that's why we should get it out. However, you must treat it like it's the enemy. If you tell it anything, it'll know. I don't know who it serves, but the point of it is you can't tell him anything unless it's misinformation. But he's my friend, and I don't want him to die or be hurt. So we'll try and get this thing out of him, but don't tell secret plans around him. He can't help himself. It'll go to whoever its master is if they've got telepathy. If not, then it'll only know what it knows, and it'll definitely do whatever it can to cause us problems. So with that in mind, guys, just act like that around him.
I as he's saying that, I just look to everyone. I say, "See, when I say you can't trust anyone, you can't trust anyone."
You're saying that to who?
To every
Oh.
as he's telling me this, I'm saying to Diddy, I'm like, "You can't trust anyone." And kind of after we have that conversation, I will put the metal crown on a spool's head.
He says, "Well, it never hurts to try that."
So Wysira is gonna, I think, probably take a pretty heavy interest in Usul because she sees that he's in great distress, and she knows, the story of how he's possessed. So she's gonna suggest that we get him to the Wyclaren here in the city, like right away, even before we go have an ale or find an inn, so they can take a look at him and see what they can do. So she's kind of playing the mother hen role here, grabbing hold of Usul and wanting to kind of get him through the gates and to the Wyclaren as soon as possible.
And what is she saying, Wayne?
What is she saying?
Yeah, how's she saying it?
Oh, that's not nice.
Sorry,
I'm
you
not
don't-
good with
You don't
accents,
have to. That's
okay?
cool, man. That's cool. You don't have to.
Was ist dies? Ich bin Berliner. I don't know. But yeah,
Oh,
so
she's German, is she?
You got to play a little special needs too.
Yeah, I know, right? A special needs Gestapo agent is what I was kind of told, but yeah, I sorry, man, I
Go
can't
for
pull
it.
that off.
That's cool. That's cool. Now imagine right now, Billy's back in Mochastone crying. My girlfriend, why'd she have to leave me?
And she left him a misspelt note. I'll be back. It's okay.
All right, so I want to remind you guys that Jodell gave you guys a scroll with a wax seal on it with the emblem of the Wycloran. That was your basically your ticket to get an audience with the Wycloran. So who's taking the lead heading up to the gate? That's all I need to know.
Well, it sounds like maybe with Sierra, which kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that's true.
she'll do this. She's in her realm now, right? Taking care of someone who's obviously quite ill
Right.
in a demonic kind of way. So
Right.
yeah, she's going to take charge and move to the front of the party to try to get through the gate with the seal and the letter.
Okay. And you don't get any issues with me. They see you come up, and you may even recognize one or two of them. I imagine Lyser's probably been here before. And they'll look at the seal and kind of let you and Usul through, and then he'll kind of hold you up for a second, Vizier, and he'll point at Diddy. And who else here has... Oh, but Aeus is an elf, so that's not that weird. But anybody else that's
I'm a
human
halfling.
here with light-colored hair?
You said that's human?
Right.
Yeah, I'm halfling, so no.
Yeah, they're not too worried about you. You're a halfling. That's fine. So they're going to kind of hold you up for a second, Vizier, and kind of point at Diddy and says, "Who's this?"
And I'll just say, oh, he's a friend of ours. He's okay. He's not one of those barbarians from the north.
He'll let you pass through, and two of them will walk up next to you, Diddy, with their arms crossed. And they'll kind of be looking at you up and down, and one of them will say, "Take your helmet off."
I take my helmet off.
Kind of walk. One of them kind of walks around. The other one kind of standing with his arms crossed a little bit. Says, "Where are you from?"
Oh, we decided that I'm going to be further away. Not so far away, aren't we? So let me have a quick look at the map. Where would Azamar be from?
All you got to tell me, Diddy, is if you're going to lie or tell them the truth.
I'll tell them the truth.
Okay. And it's somewhere close. It's in Narfell somewhere. It's
Yeah,
answer
no,
that.
boy.
Yeah.
Do you have that written in your notes?
Where did you say? Because we moved him from, because he was going to be from the Misty Forest into somewhere around here. Where would be a good place for Azamar to be born?
So you never put it in your character sheet?
with your
Not the
perception, you
new
could probably
place.
say, "Where would you like me to be from?"
Let's switch back to the map here.
Let's have a look. So are there any places that have got the more holy or good sort of cleric-y type of people?
I remember that we were talking about big cities where they would have like temples or clerics to
Yeah.
who was your god? Myliki?
Eldath.
Eldath.
The
Okay.
yeah. So it's
Uh,
more of probably one of the woods. The Forest of Leth. I'd probably be from the Forest of Leth, actually.
an Asamar from the Forest of Leth.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so here, I'm gonna give you two choices. You're gonna be from Telflam. It's a big city. It's gonna have good and bad
Yep.
there. Uthmir, which has a bunch of assholes, but they do have a temple to Eldath there. I mean, they're like the snobby, stuck up. I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not human,
I-
you're scum. But Eldath
Right.
in
And
the
isn't
forest
Leth-
itself is going to be elves. There's not going to be any
Yeah,
other than the gnome village that you guys have been in.
Yeah, I would be from the Forest of Elves then. Yeah, I'll just say that's where I'm from.
No, you're not from the forest. I'm saying, that's what I'm
I'm from the
saying.
forest. Okay, where do you?
The
all right,
forest
so
is
let's-
primarily elves, with the exception of the realm of
you
gnomes.
can either be good or bad, or just an asshole.
I'll go for a Telfram then.
Telflam. Okay, that's a big city.
Yep.
It's got good and bad there.
Yep.
I mean, you can be from Uthmar, but
Yep,
you'll be one of the assholes that they don't like you.
Yeah, all right. No, I'll be from Telflam.
Okay, so if you tell them from Telflam, that's not Narfell. So good choice.
Yeah, don't make me a liar, Diddy.
I'm
Let
from
me
Telflam.
just roll real quick to see if they think you're full of shit or not. Okay, yeah. He looks you up and down, says, Telflam. He'll ask you like a couple places in Telflam, of some places he knows, and you relay back and forth. So basically, you pass the test, and he'll let you back in. Okay?
Oh, thanks.
Nobody else. Let's kind of give everybody else kind of a cursory look. Won't really stop anybody else because nobody else looks like they are potential Narfell barbarian. All right, Viceroy. So you know where Witch's Hall is. Is that
Right
where you're going
over-
to take them straight to? Or you want to ask them where they want to go first, or you're just going to go?
Well, I think she's like like I said, in mother hen mode, so she wants to take him straight away to the witch's hall
Victor
and
agreed.
get him healed.
Okay. All right. So when you came in through the hall, you would have shown them that through the doorway, you would have shown them that scroll, and they would kind of knowledge that in. You know exactly where it is, and if you get any guards that kind of stop you along the way, because once you get over to this part of town, there will start being more gates, because the
Okay.
Witch's Hall is basically off limits for all non-Wycloran. Doesn't mean you can't go up to the gates. Go up to the I guess the actual foot of the tower here, right here. That's the Witch's Hall right there.
Oh.
If I remember right.
Gotcha.
Number 8.
Yeah, 8 is the witch's hall. Yep.
Right. So,
So
they'll
that
let you-
path here is sort of the bottom where they have a gate and sort of a barrier, I guess, right down here.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So they'll let you in, but you know the drill. You won't be able to get into the Witch's Hall, but you can at least make it up to the top of the tower to see if you can get anybody's attention.
Okay.
Okay. Is everybody else following at this point?
Yes.
Okay. And Diddy, you'll continue to get the same looks, the same questions every single time, as long as you keep telling that same story. You're not going to
Yeah.
have any issues there.
He'll just
Can
say,
he
"Oh, well,
sort of put a cloak up or something and hide his hair to avoid all the trouble, or is that not what Diddy would do?
Well, when you go through gates
No,
like
he
this,
he would let him.
go ahead.
Yeah. He would actually let everyone see, so they recognize him, so he doesn't get it on the way back.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
He'll
but
just talk to them and
yeah, but anytime you go through a gated section, they're gonna, make you show your face, so they look at you and inspect you and all that. Okay. All right, so you're gonna make your way up to the gates of Witch's Hall, correct, Vicera and the rest of the group?
Yes.
Let's see if there's anything important that you pass along your way. Nope. Now, Vicera, are you going to tell them anything about the town as you get in here? Or are you just going to kind of keep walking, woman on a mission?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can relay to them, the locations of a few ale houses and inns as we walk along. I'm looking now at the key. There's the Broken Buckle, the Bear's Den. Not sure that's a savory place or not, but the Green Serpent Trade House. Yeah, I'll point those landmarks out to them as we go along.
Okay.
And I'll explain to them that they will not be allowed to enter the Witch's Hall with Osul because the witches won't allow that. So they're prepared for that when we get to the gate.
Well, they won't allow anybody in there, even you.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Okay.
none of us will is what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Broken
But do you
Buckle or Bear's Den? What's the Bear's Den? Isn't that an ale place too? Tavern?
They keep bears there. They sleep there.
Let me see
It's
if
a bear fighting pit.
let me see
Nice.
if I've defined that one yet. So 1 second, please, and I'll answer that for you.
Well, now it's a bear fighting pit for sure.
I want to hear the Wisteria accent when you say it.
I really can't. I can't do it. I didn't have enough time to prepare. Okay, I only found out a couple hours ago.
You know
before we
what?
started.
If you just read Brian's notes in the Cold Lands Discord chat, you should probably be okay. Like,
Okay.
if you scroll up in the Discord chat in the Cold Lands, I think
Uh-huh.
he was in character. Wait, are you jealous of the Valley Man? You know that kind of thing. You can totally.
Oh,
just
but you're
read
not
that.
doing the special needs. Wait, are you jealous of the villain man?
It's like
Yeah, she
Sophia's
sings it,
Vergara.
she's
It's like a
good.
German
Guys?
Sophia's Vergara or something.
Guys,
Uh,
Brian's here. Brian, just do it.
It's a German version of German version of Jester.
Do it. Just do the voice, Brian.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying. Just follow me up here. Why you haven't been changed like this? What is wrong with you people? You friggin' animals. Go over there and get drunk in the streets. Go have your fun. I go take you upstairs so they fix you up real good. Yes? There, you happy now?
There we go. There we go.
very good.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm
I
not
feel
doing
like
that.
when Victor speaks, she sounds more Russian for sure.
All right, so of all the places that I have defined up to this point, the Bear's Den, all I have is it's an inn. So I'll be making that shit up if you want to go in there.
It's an inn with bears.
I have
mean,
the
which-
Broken Buckle Ale House to find. I have the Blackhorn
All right,
Tavern
Broken
to find.
Buckle. We'll end up with the Broken Buckle, Brian.
Okay.
All right. That's Victor's vote.
Okay. Broken
I'm
Buckle.
fine
Where
with
was that
that.
at? That was number.
I put that in
It's
chat 25 minutes ago. So
I know.
yeah.
That's why I figured.
It's right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
number 3.
All right. So whoever's go.
Vigor didn't.
Go ahead.
I say Vigor didn't really trust Viceroy the whole time, and now he's gonna be thinking Usul's like a ticking time bomb. How were we keeping him sedated?
I never heard you guys say anything about that.
We
No,
were
we're not.
discussing
We
it.
just-
Okay, we're not. He's just
We-
gagged.
He's only gay.
Apparently,
That's
he's been muzzled or something.
Okay.
Well,
So-
Don, have you been like fighting this at all up to this point?
No, I don't. I haven't fought anything.
Well,
Are-
except
are
that
you
time
in
where you
the-
tried to kill everyone.
Are you in the dark place right now? Is the demon in control?
Yeah, I fought it at one time, but then again, I was just like jumped.
Feels
he's-
so bad.
I think he's kind of depressed. You assholes.
I feel so bad.
Dude, it
And-
was like 8-on-1.
I know. Usul, and you're still getting that same message over and over again that I shared with you earlier. It's getting more emphatic now the closer you get to Witch's Hall.
Is he
Yeah.
telling us?
I'm not telling you what it is. It's a private
No,
conversation between the demon and him in his head right now.
But
you
we're
keep-
all together, right? I mean, we're all going to the gates for the Witch's Hall to
Well,
deliver
I got the
him,
impression that
correct?
some of you guys are going to the ale house.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
I was
no.
wondering. I
We're
was like-
all going. We're all going to the Witch's Hall gates first. Drop
Okay.
off Usul, and then I was just picking out our spot for the
Yeah.
return journey.
Wysira was just pointing out potential places to
Well,
stay as we were
Robert
walking
picked it.
through the area. That's
having
all.
conversation as we're walking through town, saying, "Hey, that's where we're going to go after."
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure. It's like Vigor sees him as a ticking time bomb and doesn't totally trust Viceroy either, so he's not gonna let them out of his sight. So I thought you guys were like, "Oh, we're going to the inn." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna go with them."
Okay. And you guys chose
You
a bro-
little
we've
man,
got-
you get to the
we've
back
got
of the
Did-
party.
Besides, we've got Diddy. That was very good. That was very good.
That was good. So before I forget, Broken Buckle Ale House is a tavern and a fighting pit.
Wait, what?
Perfect.
Tavern and a fighting pit.
Is
Sounds
there
about
gambling?
right.
You might probably going to find some side bets there if you want.
I mean,
Yeah, a
I
fighting
don't
pit is
bet.
nothing but gambling, right? I thought. Gambling on fighters.
Vigor doesn't bet.
Where the hell was this place?
Tibet.
Oh, that's on Benham Street. Never mind. Sorry, I was looking at another place I had picked out. All right,
So
so
Witch's
everybody's
Hall?
going up to Witch's Gate.
Yeah.
Okay, and Viceroy is leading the way. So one of the guards will escort you guys up the path, up the winding path, up the hill, up to the base of the Witch's Hall, and he'll ask you guys all to stop about 5 feet from the big giant wooden gates, and he'll walk up to the gates and he'll get the knocker and knock on it 3 times. Kind of sits there for a minute, looks at you guys, looks at the thing, and finally the door kind of creaks open, like just a couple inches, and you hear a soft whisper voice saying something to the guard. The guard whispers something back, and then you see a face stick out from the edge of the door. It's a woman's face, but she has like some kind of a weird porcelain mask on the front of her face. Here, I think I got one of them. Let me do this, just to give you a visual, since my descriptions sometimes suck. Looks kind of like that. Sticks her head through the door, and she looks at you, Viceroy, and she looks down at the little wax seed you've got there. Because what is this? You know you're not supposed to be here.
So Viceroy is going to get very deferential and do a little bow and say, "Honored sister, this man is in need of your help. We come beseeching you to."
I lost you there.
And then the seat.
Shit, is my connection going bad? I heard we beseech you too, and that's all I heard. You guys hear me?
Really? Yeah.
You're
No, we
kind of
don't.
Yep, I'm roboting, aren't I? Shit.
Okay.
How about now?
Can you hear
Yeah.
us?
Am I better now?
Yeah, you're better now.
You went a little roboty for a second there, but
Yeah.
you seem fine.
So Wasira pretty much called her bitch, and then like dropped the stool there and
No,
said,
that is
"Take
not
care of it."
correct.
Go,
We all saw it
yeah,
happen.
I'm your bitch. Come on, girl.
Wasira said, "You're basic now. Heal this motherfucker." No, she basically gave her the letter and pleaded for her to help Usul to remove the demon that has possessed him.
She kind of looks at the seal, looks at you, and looks at Usul. Says, "Demon. There's a demon in him. Did you say?" And she steps out from behind the door, and she's got like long dark robes on. Again, she's obviously human, and she kind of walks up to Usul and kind of places a hand on his shoulder for a second, and you watch her eyes kind of close a little bit, and her eyes just get wide and big. Ooh, he's got a good one. So
I mean, demons aren't usually good, right?
He's got a
think
nice
she
big
means
fat
he's
demon.
got a
and,
powerful one.
All perspective, that is.
Oh, just look at it.
And Usul at this point, he's still saying the same
Usul
thing, but
feels
he's like
something coming.
screaming at you at this point, Usul.
Yeah. And what am I gonna do? I'm tied up.
You start thrashing.
Are you across the room, dude?
Can you projectile vomit onto the priestess?
Come back to the computer.
Come
kinda
back, come
quiet.
back. Tomorrow we will take.
You
She's
know,
like-
as a neutral creature myself, the demon would be totally foreign to me.
Are you saying that out loud? Are you talking to the demon in your head?
We're like, see, he spouts his shit off all the time.
I just can't accept a demon inside me. It's just completely against my nature and my whole being.
We all had an emo phase once.
So again,
On serious note, though, Don, your voice is really quiet, like you're across the room or something.
yeah.
We're kind of worried about you. Should we call an intervention or?
Oh, I'm sorry. I never moved my mic back up. Is that better?
Yeah. Well, your voice kept getting quieter and quieter, so I thought maybe you were kind of going down a spiral there.
No, sorry. Did you guys catch all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You basically you don't want the demon inside you, but you don't really know what to do about it because you've never dealt with it before.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like, not
just
to
look
tell
like
you how
that.
to play your character or anything, but like, if you're getting like you have the gag on you, but like if you start thrashing or anything, we're obviously gonna be like, what's going on? And we're inside the city now in front of the witch, White Claren, whatever. So like maybe she'd be able to help make sense of things too if you just start screaming or trying to tell us something.
I think he's pretty content.
That's what I was wondering. Is he content or is he actually? Is there anything else to do?
You take the thing off, and he's like, "Diddy has the."
Diddy says, "That's okay. Let me just help you out with that that headache of yours." What headache? Oh.
So if Sule's not going to do anything, the Vyclaren, I'm talking like Visera now, Vyclaren, the Vyclaren will circle around him, kind of taking her finger and kind of tracing it around the outside of him a little bit. It's almost like playfully, so to speak, and then she'll look back at Visera. She goes, "Wait." I'm trying to talk like Visera. Wait here just 1 second. I'll be right back. And she goes back in and closes the door, and the guard just kind of standing there awkwardly with his arms crossed and shrugs.
Did she take Usul, or is Usul still with us?
No, Ustil's still there, but she said, "Just
Okay.
wait right here. I'll be right back."
Okay.
Well,
And-
if this dialect was all Eastern European, like.
Oh yeah.
All the Wyclaren talk like that.
Right.
So a couple minutes will pass, and then the door opens up again, and you see the same woman. You're assuming the same woman. Again, she's wearing a mask, and you see another woman that Visera you recognize right away as Phaedra. And Phaedra is like the Oathlore, or the leading
Oh
Wyclaren
boy.
of the entire council. And she kind of
She's
pokes.
the one that you definitely do not want to piss off.
Are you saying that out loud
You
right
might
now?
get to piss off
Already.
the other ones, but
This is
So-
not the time for Diddy to say she's hot.
So they both come walking out.
So Visera is going to kind of, kneel down at this point and kind of, bow her head because she's in the presence of greatness or whatever, as far as she's concerned.
And she kind of looks at you, looks down at you as you bow, and then she looks at the rest of the folks that are not bowing. Just kind of, her eyes shift
I
from
do
one
a-
person
I
to
do
the
a
next.
delayed, like really awkward bow.
It's okay. You cannot stand.
Yeah, Diddy'll do a bit of a bow.
And she kind of turns to the other white client. So which one is it? Oh, the one in manacles, I'm assuming. And she walk over to Usul, and she's going to take two
He
hands.
says-
Go ahead.
He says before he says, "Oh, I should give you some history behind the demon. It's a really, really tough one. Have you heard of the spawning stone?"
Well, you brought this seal from Jodel, did you not?
Yes. So this demon is a direct hit from the main guardian of the spawning stone. Just so you've got some context.
She goes, darling, let me be the judge of that. And she walks over to Usul, and she places one hand on each side of your temple, Usul.
Okay.
Are you doing anything at this point?
Nope.
Okay, she closes her eyes and starts to
His
mumble
head explodes.
something in is Tiefling. That's the language they speak. So, Visera, you understand some of it. She's doing some kind of incantation at this point.
Okay.
And
So
Usul,
Visera is going to kind of shuttle back a few feet away just in case there's any kind of, collateral energy coming off of that.
and Usul, you start to feel this intense burning in your ears. I need you to make me a con save to see if you can withstand this. Okay. So you can feel, not just hear, you can feel the demon screaming inside your brain. It's almost like it's piercing your eardrums at this point, but you're able to kind of shake it off. And she stops doing her incantation. Moaning sounds weird. And pulls her hands back.
Oh, none of this is weird.
She's like, so, this one has a drow in him. Take him down to the Skyreach Tower. The sisters and I will be there shortly. And the other White Clone kind of bows and says, yes, Oathlor. And she the head one will go back inside the door and close the door. And the remaining Viclarn right there will instruct you guys to head back down into the Skyreach Tower down here. She goes, we're going to get the girls together. We're going to see what we can do to get this sucker out of him.
Did you say drow, ma'am?
That's what Vidra said, yes.
I think we had heard that before.
Well,
Wait,
the
that was
drow
that
is-
was Phaedra?
Hydra left, I think.
Yeah, Phaedra left, but she's the one that put her hands on the side of Usul's head and said that he's got a drow in him.
Wasn't Diddy supposed to ping Phaedra and Arshtov?
Oh, that would have been seen as probably too much. But
Oh,
the
you're
drow
right. All right.
is the drow is the lady who attacked the tree in the first place. Possibly it could be her, but I don't know how the guardian would have it in it to give
But
to
dude,
her.
Anthony just totally brought up a good point. We literally thought that like this Phaedra, it could be a demon.
Oh, well, she's tiefling. She's going to ping for me anyway if I try and detect her.
Remember, it was Astoth and
Phaedra.
Phaedra.
Yeah, that we
Astoth. It's not Astoth.
Ah.
Dildo boobies,
Astoth and-
Astoth. What is it, you ran?
Oh, I see. Oh, well, can I ping her when she leaves? I wouldn't do it right in front of her face. She's going to kick my head in.
I mean,
Is it okay as she just walks away to do it? Because I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do it right in front of her because that's like a dead giveaway.
Well, the
I think
moment
you gotta
the moment has gone. Next time you see her,
Oh,
you can
that's right,
definitely
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, no, I won't. I wouldn't have done that anyway. This is the first time, and if I pissed her off, she probably wouldn't have sorted out Usul. But I'll say to the team, one we're away from everyone. I'll say there was a drought.
Hold on, the
drow
White
was the
Clarn
one
is
that
walking
cut-
with you guys down the hill,
Oh.
leading you toward
Oh.
the Skyreach Tower. So you saying this in front of her?
No.
Well, this part doesn't seem bad that he's talking about. The part Victor wants to talk about seems way worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I thought we were not sure on this.
They want
No,
us
I
to
wouldn't-
wait in the tower. Is that what they were indicating?
Yeah, the Viclarin right here, the Hathrin, the Learned Sister, is going to lead you guys into a secluded room that's inside this large tower here.
So I'm going to offer to the party to wait for Usul. Can the rest of the party leave if they want to? I mean, they might want to go and have these conversations somewhere like at the inn or somewhere a little more private.
Are you asking the Viclarin if you can leave Usul in her hands?
Well, I asked her if she needs us to stay and wait, or if we can leave and come back, or some. What are the requirements?
And as you
I
get
think we
toward,
don't want to stay anyways.
the guard is walking with you guys. The one that walked up the hill with you is walking back down. As you guys get to the closer, if you ask that question, she goes, "Well, once we get inside, there's really no need for you guys to stay. You're welcome to if you want to. This part is typically open to the family and friends of the one who's possessed."
So I think Visera would feel obligated to wait in the tower for Usul, just to be there when he comes out of whatever they're doing to him. But I don't know that there's a need for the whole party to stay if they want to go to the inn and have some of these work out some of these issues.
Good luck, Usul. We're gonna go drink.
Yeah, I was like, I know. If we're not completely trusting Phaedra, then why would we want to leave Usul alone with her as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
Well, she's kind of his only hope at this point, though, right? She's the only one that we've met that's powerful enough to potentially remove the demon, right?
So do
I
we-
mean, granted, she's sort of iffy maybe until we know for
Well,
sure, but
out of character wise, my only two thoughts are: one, either she's so powerful from meeting her that we don't think the Slotty could imitate that power, or two, the whole coven or whatever you want to call it is in on it now because they've all been converted, and they're just gonna bring the demon straight to the front and take over Usul.
that's possible. But I mean, the Wyclaren, it would be weird or maybe improbable that their whole group would be in on it because they're a pretty large and powerful group that's kind of through the whole country, I think. So maybe the leader could be sort of behind the scenes co-opted, but I wouldn't imagine that all the sisters would be evil.
And Mysera would know
That's
there's not
what
really
we-
like one Wyclarin that's over everybody. It's like you said, it's kind of like a coven. Now there are ranks. There are Oath Lords, which are like the most, I guess, skilled, the most knowledgeable Wyclarins in the group, and then there's like lesser learned sisters, so to speak. But there's not really like one Wyclarin that's over everything. They are really a coven that work together.
Gotcha.
Well, I can ping this girl who's coming with us. If she's a demon, she'll show up. She's at least looking human. Phaedra would have automatically pinged, I would have thought, because she's got the heritage, you know what I mean?
I love how pessimistic you guys are.
I mean, that's
I'll ping her.
this was out of character because I'm like, Vigor has no determining factors in this. That's why I said it's out of character. I was like, have you guys? I know we kind of talked this over back when we were in Mucklestones, but now no one's doing anything about it. So
Yeah, so he'll sort of say, look, the problem is, even if she was a demon and stuff like that, and her form will cause me problems anyway. But
Are you saying this as you're walking down the hill, Diddy?
I thought we were in this tower now with our friends.
Well,
Or
that's
no,
what I'm
we're
trying
still-
to clarify here, because all I know is that we
okay.
walked you down the hill. Visera said she was
Alright.
going to wait for Usul. I didn't hear what the rest of you guys were doing.
Oh, okay. So all I'm going to do to the girl is ping her, like, while she's walking ahead of us. I'll ping her just to see if she's a demon of some sort.
And this is your
'Cause she at
divine
least
sense,
looks human.
right?
It is. I will cast that. Bing.
Okay,
Do you want me to cast it? Throw it up for you?
I got to read it again.
I go. Ding.
I got.
oh, that's a class thing. Yeah,
let me-
Yeah,
that's
there's
just his own
paladin.
awareness. Yeah, that's not pinging someone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
passive, right? You just know it, but there's no. They wouldn't be able to
Yep.
tell that you were detecting.
Yeah,
them,
that'd be
I
like
don't
if you smell something, no one else knows you smell it.
Oh,
Oh, but like he's saying,
It literally says like a smell.
Half fiend that does
yeah, they tend
register.
to show up. Yeah, exactly. But this one's a human, so she shouldn't smell of anything unless she's a fake.
There's a strong. This isn't an on or off. This is a continuum thing. So the closer, the stronger the evil, the not more noxious the odor.
No. It's an action.
But
it's an action to open his awareness. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I open it up.
I'm not worried about that. So, Diddy, answer me this. ASMR, are they celestial in nature? Or they just have like a celestial deity? I forget how that works.
You know, it's there was a pairing, you know, there was a celestial and a human, or a celestial and something, and they got together and had little babies.
Okay,
Some
so you're
heavenly
probably-
whoopee.
So you're a half.
Probably
breed.
right. Just like Tiefling would have like
exactly.
registering.
Okay.
Same sort of thing, yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. So you're making your walk down. You start pinging this, and you're not picking up any kind of evil or fiend or anything like that from this woman. But halfway down the hill, you hear a voice in your head, Diddy. You may say it out loud, or me private chat you.
Oh, you can private chat me quickly, and then I'll tell them.
Okay, let's just switch in Discord then. You know what? It's not game breaking. I'll set it out in the open. You hear a voice in your head that basically says you have nothing to worry about. I'm on your side. It's the same voice of this woman.
It's exactly what a demon would say.
I go, oh, that's nice.
Which is, we'll help your friend.
DM who doesn't want to spend another hour deciding whether or not this is evil or not.
That's pretty much it.
Well, if
that's
she's
like
a
a
friend,
side
then we'll
quest.
have. If she says she's a friend, then I'll explain to everyone while we're walking down what's going on. I'll say, so guys, you probably don't know this, but a long time ago, the tree, the tree, you know which one we're talking about, Yggdrasil, was attacked, or well, maybe engraved in by a drow. She was the one that caused a bit of unbalance and caused the portals and all that sort of stuff, I think, in the past, because of her meddling with nature. It's just weird. It might not be the same one, but it's just weird that this is also a drow that has inhabited Usul's body. If it's a female drow, that makes it even more likely. But she is very powerful, and she was somehow able to get to Yggdrasil and carve her name and give herself almost... so out of game, it's almost godlike power, right? From what I heard.
I'm trying to remember which story I shared with you. So, yeah, there was a drow, and she had a berserker lover from Rashomon that wanted to carve her name into the tree so that she could stay above the earth and still keep her drow powers. Does that ring a bell?
Go. Sounds right.
So that was the main reason why she was seeking out the tree, to kind of carve this rune in it, to basically, and I think there was an alternative motive because her berserker lover had that freaky berserker thing where he had bloodlust. So if he got in a fight, he may turn on his friends. So I think part of it was also to help him as well.
Okay. Oh, well, so not necessarily an enemy just wanting to get some power from the tree. All right. Well, I'll just tell them about that. So it's possible, but it would be weird that a big dimensional being that sits inside of the stone does it. But just maybe then.
And you're saying this in front of Usul too, right? Because Usul's with you guys.
Yeah. I'll say that in front of Usul as well.
Usul's not
and
with
see
us.
if he reacts.
I thought they took.
They took Usul.
I thought. I'll say.
We're going to wait in the waiting room. I thought.
Yeah, I thought Usul was gone. Like
Levy?
we just had the discussion that said we got to wait here with the
Yeah,
family.
you go in
while
the
they do
waiting
this.
room. We're
I apologize. This is the other minds. I'm making sure I'm clear. I got the impression that Diddy said he was having this conversation as you're walking down the hill. Was that not the case, Diddy?
Yeah.
That was the case?
Yeah, as we were walking down the hill,
But I thought they gathered. I thought they gathered Usul.
I know they
and
just put
took
their
him-
hands on his head and said he's got a problem, and that was it.
Said
Oh, I
take him
thought
to
they-
the tower.
Oh, okay.
So let me
Yeah.
let me rewind and explain this again. So when Phaedra came out of the tower, she put her hands on Usul, and basically said there's a drow in him, and she instructed the other White Kalaran to take him to the Skyreach Tower, and that her and the sisters will be there shortly. And then Phaedra went back in the tower. The
Oh,
Viclaran.
I thought these were two different locations. I thought they were taking him to a different area of the tower, and we were going to wait in the waiting room like expectant
No,
fathers.
my fault. So no, they're taking you down to this area, Skyreach Tower. That is more than Viclaran can go in there. The Witch's Hall here is for Viclaran only. No one else is allowed in there. So they're taking down the Skyreach Tower to basically, for meta knowledge, a lab, so to speak, for them to do this potential procedure on Usul. But
that's when
this Viclaran was walking down the hill with you guys, along with a guard, along with Usul, and the entire group was walking back down towards the Skyreach Tower down here. Does that make sense?
all right. Well, if there's more than just her and there's guards, I'll wait until we get to the tower to tell them this. But yeah, Usul can be there for sure. He'll say it while Usul's there, especially because Usul's there.
Okay, so
because he wants to see if the demon sort of like turns at him and goes, "Oh, you know my story. I'm going to kick your head in."
All right, so let me pause here for a second and make sure I'm clear on what's going on here. So you guys reached the bottom of the tower. Diddy has not said this yet. How many of you guys are going into Skyreach with them? The Viclaran told you guys that it's not that uncommon to have family and friends present for this procedure, but you guys are welcome to stay or go. So I need to know who is staying, who's going to go in and potentially witness this if they want to, or just stay around outside, who's going to go off and get drunk and get in a fight, or whatever.
Ace is going to want to witness this.
Okay, so if you're witnessing it, move your token over here next to Visera.
Yeah, Didios.
I'll move Usul over here as well, since he's with them. And if you want to go get drunk, just leave yourself over here.
No, Nira's definitely interested in watching this. I don't think that I've seen many of these.
Vigor was
see
with
how
the
long
other.
this process takes?
It's going to take more than 10 minutes.
Vigor was go with Aelin and Aldum to secure boarding.
Okay. And that was going to be which place did you guys pick?
Number 3.
Yeah, number three. The Broken Buckle House.
That's not an inn. It's just a tavern and a fighting pit.
Okay, then that right next to it is the Bear's Den Inn.
Yep, that's the one I haven't really fleshed out yet, but that's an inn.
Does that work? It's right next to, so we could have our meetings in the ale house and just use the inn for sleeping.
That's cool. All right, so you're going to the inn first, or you're going to the tavern house?
Inn to secure accommodations.
Okay. All right, so you guys stay right there. We're on the map. The rest of you guys are going to go in with the Viclaran and with Usul, and this is where Diddy's going to share what he's going to say.
Yeah, as long as it's only those people that are there, and he's okay that the Viclaran's there. He'll tell them the story, but he'll just whisper to the others, except for Usul, that when the lady comes down here, because it's not right in front of a tower full of tons of witches, that's when he'll do the other thing. And then he'll tell them about the story about the drow. And while Usul's right there, and look at and see if it does anything weird.
Okay. Usul, anything you want to say or do or try to do?
He just went AFK. Just.
Oh, shit.
He's typing that.
All right, so we may retcon when he comes back. So actually, let's do the. We've reached midnight Eastern time. This is normally where I try to stop.
Dude, it's 11 o'clock.
We started late.
Okay, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to keep going.
It doesn't matter what time we started. It's still 11 o'clock Eastern. It's not midnight.
Oh, yeah. It's midnight my time, Atlantic.
Okay, but it's been normally this will be the 3-hour mark.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. So whatever time it is, it's normally a 3-hour mark. So if you guys want to keep going, I'll keep going. If some of you guys are starting to kind of peter out, you let me know now.
I was promised some combat in your email.
What? I made no such promises. I never make such promises.
I'm petering out a bit, so I'll pass. But if you guys want to continue on, go for it. Osu will be kind of documenting, or AS will be documenting everything going on.
And then his brains went all over the walls. Story
You can't really document after that point.
Oh, Usul's back. There we go. Okay, so let Usul make the call.
So did you hear what Diddy was going to share or say or anything? Don?
I'm sorry. All I missed was the very first part.
Yeah, so Diddy starts talking about the drow. Remember the drow that came and carved her name in the tree with her barbarian friend? And he just watches you and sees whether or not you go a little bit tipsy or weird when he starts mentioning the story, because that too was a drow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does the demon have a reaction, basically?
Or does Usul have a reaction?
Yeah.
Usul would definitely not have a reaction. Brian would be the one to know whether it.
Yeah, because I'm tempted at this point, Usul, to kind of do a cut scene with this, where the party really doesn't know this, but they need to know what's going on inside your head. Are you cool with me sharing that?
Yeah, because it's gonna come out.
Yeah. All right, so guys, this is meta knowledge. Your characters won't know this, but I'm gonna share with you some of this inner turmoil that's going on right now with Usul and this demon inside of him. Okay, so I'm going off memory here, so chime in if I butcher something here, Usul. So basically, from the time that someone mentioned about the Wycloran helping him, the demon has been enraged at this point, and he's been screaming at Usul, says, "Don't do this, don't do this. You're not going to get what you want." He basically told Usul that if he kept him away from the Wycloran, he's going to give him all these new powers. One of them was like was a dark vision out to 120 feet. One of them was like temporary hit points. There was another one too. What was the other one, Usul? There was like 3 major things. Do what?
Drow magic per the player's handbook. Secrets within the fortress of the half demon.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to give him like all the secrets of the fortress that you guys are heading to, the drow magic, and he also said that this last part is going to be meta knowledge, so please keep it that way. But he also, and so you okay with me telling that last part?
Say what?
You okay with me telling him that last part? That's critical to your character?
Oh, probably not. I don't know what we're talking about, though.
All right, hold on, guys. I got to switch him to the private chat to see if I can make this public knowledge or not.
Is it about the tree?
1 second. Where is Don?
It's treason, then.
Treason.
Now, I was referring to the part where he said, "You will not get the seed if I am expelled from you."
Oh.
Remember that part?
Yeah, I'm not really impressed with whatever this guy's trying to sell.
But again, he told you that if you free him or free his master, that his master knows how to get you a seed.
Yeah, but he's not proved that he can do anything except invade my body. So,
Okay.
I mean, if he's powerful, we would have, he could have helped in some way.
Okay. All right. So you cool with me you don't want me to share that with him then, right?
Yeah, go ahead and share.
Okay.
That's
That you're seeking the seed pod and he was going to promise you a seed pod if you freed his master?
Yeah, that just makes me look good.
Okay. All right. Let's switch back.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right. So Don or Usul has agreed to make this, I guess, open. Yeah, it's still meta knowledge. You guys don't hear this or know what's going on, but like a cutscene thing. So the demon also told him that if he expelled the demon from him, that he was not going to get his precious seed pod. So rewind just a bit. When he first possessed Usul, he knew that Usul was after a seed pod for Yggdrasil, and the demon told him that his master knew exactly how to get him a seed pod, and that was part of his enticement to get him to go to the fortress, free his master, then his master would show him how to get a seed pod. So he keeps saying this over and over again, that if he gets expelled, he's losing all this.
Deal with the devil.
Okay. He also tells you, Usul, that he may be expelled, but he won't die. He'll just be banished from this plane for a little bit, and he'll be back.
But not inside Usul's head, correct?
That's what he says, and you don't know this. Vigor doesn't know this.
Okay. No. I'm just saying, like he'd need to physically have some other way to repossess Usul, right?
through this.
I would certainly hope. Jesus.
All right. So, anything else? Want to react to, Usul? You just get on with it.
I think we got him.
Okay. All right. So, Usul, give me a wisdom check real quick before I do this.
Okay. Just straight up wisdom.
Yep. Well, I heard the blip, but I don't see anything. Oh, there it is.
There it goes.
Okay. All right. So again, this is meta knowledge for only Usul. He says his master's in the fortress of the half demon. If you expel him, you pretty much know the first place he's going to go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know that that's where we're going.
No, that's
Because
what
we
his
had all
wisdom
these-
check was for. Now, Usul probably has it in the back of his head that if I expel this guy, he's probably going to run right to his master in the fortress in the place you guys are going to.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll get the chance to really kill him.
And he'll also get a chance to tell them that you're coming.
No, what I mean is he doesn't know that we're coming.
I thought
We
they
had
already
all
knew
these
we were
discussions.
coming.
No. We had all these discussions outside of without Usul there about where we were going, what we're doing.
Yes, Asul doesn't.
He
know
didn't-
what
Asul
the
doesn't even
second
know where
part of
we
this
are.
mission is.
Usul
Yeah.
doesn't even know where we are at.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah,
That's
no,
what I
but
mean.
remember also, I fed Usul false knowledge about the talisman has not been fixed yet, has not been done yet. So that's that. I've just made sure he remembers that.
Okay, I'll retcon that. I'm cool with that. I thought at some
Yeah,
point
so even if
Usul
the
was part of
demon
that
goes there,
conversation.
yeah. No. We
Yeah, but
completely
I-
had that aside.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Retcon that. All right, so you guys are going to go through with the ritual, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I mean, we'll tell the witches if possible, if they can contain the demon, that would be great. But yeah, we've definitely plied Usul with the the thing hasn't been done yet, but we're pretty sure that one of the people in the Mucklestones, when it's done, will start the journey.
You're saying this to
Nothing
the
more
White
for
Clan
crap.
that's with you?
No, that was to Usul before, when we left. Like when I met him in the pit, because I went down to talk to him.
Yep.
And I've said, we haven't got the thing done yet, and this is this, and that is that. And that's it. And then I'll pop back.
No, that's not going to be the magic words, Rand.
Oh, and I would have cast a protection from evil on myself when I told him that too, just to make sure he couldn't read my mind. Oh, I hate this Diddy when he lies.
All right, so again, the White Clan would have walked you guys into a large, I guess, cylinder chamber with a large stone, I guess, table, lack of a better term, in the middle of the room with lots of leather straps and manacles. Don't get excited, Rand. And
Love that.
they don't put Usul in there yet.
Did
They
miss
just walk him into the
thanks.
room, and there's several more of these masked White Clarns will also start walking into the room and kind of making a circle around the outside edge of it. They will usher all of you guys that are watching kind of over to a little alcove on the side that's kind of outside of the circumference of the perfect circle of this room, and ask you guys to kind of wait there. And then a few more minutes pass, and you guys see the same Phaedra White Clarn walk in as well. All the rest of the White Clarns in there are wearing some version of this mask, like this one's wearing, but a little slightly different for each one of them. But she walks in and she'll say something in Tiefling, which I'm assuming Viserys is the only one that understands it. Basically telling the rest of the White Clarns to prepare the subject. And several of them will walk up to you, Usul, and kind of lead you towards the table. I'm assuming you're not fighting?
That's where I open up my senses to see if Phaedra is bad or not.
Open up your senses to see what?
Yeah, I'll do the divine sense now because I'll hopefully know we're not right at the witch's tower at this lower one. But I'll look at it now because that's what the guys actually asked me to do. So I'll just have a look and see if she's a demon or a fiend or an undead or a celestial of any sort.
Okay. So you start pinging.
So I'll just
right when
I
Phaedra
just do
walks
that.
in, or right when they start walking Usul up, or when do you do this?
Just as she just as she walks in, just so she's probably talking to someone, but I don't want to be doing it like right in her face. I just want to have a quick look, and then I'll just tell the guys what I see.
Okay, and this says just an action. It doesn't say if it's verbal or it's somatic or anything, right?
No,
it's
he opens his
just,
senses, like he smells it. Like the description is, it registers. Evil registers on him like a smell.
Okay, I'm cool. I'm just making sure that wasn't something that could be perceived, is what I'm getting at.
No, that's why he just does that. He just needs to make sure she's within 60 feet. And as long as she's in plain sight, he'll just do it.
Yeah, the room itself is no more than like 30-foot diameter. So, yeah, you can pretty much ping everybody that's in there. And you're not getting any kind of a fiend or evil ping off of Phaedra. I mean, you get the familiar ping of Tiefling, which, inherently has some kind of demonology background or whatever, but nothing evil, so to speak.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
And I see the bubbling coming from Musil probably. Going,
you get a very, very strong sense. You can almost hear the screaming going on inside of Usul's head at this point. And at this point, Usul, I need you to make me a con save.
Is there anything special about this place we're in either? Because you'd also detect that.
I'm sorry, say it again.
The place that we're
if
in,
it's consecrated.
It's consecrated or desecrated as with the hollow spell.
Oh shit! I gotta read that now.
Ooh.
That's a good one, Usul. I think that's an automatic double death save, Brian.
We did ask for a fight.
I mean,
can someone put Hallow spell up or whatever it is up on the chat so I can read it?
Sure.
So I can look it up.
Yeah.
Can I?
It's what you do before you make a church, pretty much.
Oh,
Anthony, you got it? Or you want me to do it?
Can you ping it up, or I'm just copying the text here?
Anyways, I'm gonna go, guys.
Cheers, bud.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Good night, Ash.
Later, dude. Go talk to your woman.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's long.
Okay. Hold on a second while I read this, guys. So this is reading like you're casting it to consecrate it. I gotta scroll down further to find where you're detecting.
So just after the affected area is subject to the following effects. Right after that, so where it says first, celestials and elementals, blah blah, clerics.
Yeah, but okay. So
it's a fifth level. It's a fifth level cleric spell. Basically, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead can't enter the area, nor can such characters charm, fight, nor possess. Yeah, this place couldn't be hallowed. The tieflings wouldn't be able to enter it, would they? Because they're part fiend.
No, they're not part.
Oh
fiend.
no, you'd have to be full fiend.
Okay. Yeah, it says they physically they cannot enter the area.
Oh, if it says undead can't enter the area, then it's not consecrated because Usul just walked in there.
He's undead?
Well, he's got
he's
something like that inside him.
I was like, whoa, he's undead?
We knew that. We knew the whole wraith thing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so there's your answer.
Can't enter the area. Can they
we don't have
unwillingly brought in?
Clear,
yeah,
dude. Right?
No, we're saying if they had already did this to the area.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't think it would be. Otherwise, they'd never be able to bring anybody
It could be. It could be. Look, any creature charmed, possessed, or frightened by such a creature is no longer upon entering the area. Just bringing him into it would remove the thing from him.
If this
place is hallowed. If this place is hallowed, physically bringing him into the room, boom, he's no longer possessed.
Okay. Well, that doesn't happen.
Okay, there you go.
Phaedra likes to do the work hand to hand.
That would take away all the fun that I'm about to do.
Yeah, maybe they can't actually get in there.
All right, so with that con save, you can feel your fingertips like starting to split, like something's trying to grow out of them, but then you fight it back. And then the girls will continue.
Do we see it?
Huh? No, because nothing broke through the surface. I mean, you may see Usul wince from it, but he gets no pain, nothing from it yet.
I'm gonna start.
You're gonna start what?
I'm gonna start screaming if the pain gets up there too bad. I'm gonna start doing my little pain scale to make sure everybody understands what kind of shape I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, this was painful, but you didn't take any hit point damage from it. But you could feel like the ends of your fingers starting to split, but then you're kind of fight it off. Doesn't happen.
But like he's gonna be screaming through the muffled rag or whatever we got. Is that still on him?
You guys tell me. I can't remember if you guys said you gagged him or not.
I'm not
assuming
there
you
with
did.
them, so.
Yeah, he's gagged. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Diddy will just sort of say, give that demon the business, miss.
So the White Clawren will continue to lead you up there. So they'll lay you on there. They'll take your manacles that are still on you and kind of move your arms up above your head. And you can hear, Usul can hear, you guys can see there's more chains come up from below the table and kind of strap onto those manacles and do the same thing with his feet. You see there's one of the White Clawren stays up by your head and she grabs another cloth or gag, whatever you want to call it, and kind of puts it over your mouth. And she's kind of like leaning over top of you with all her weight on it to kind of hold it in your mouth at this point. And then Phaedra walks up at your feet at this point. And I'll say that the alcove is off to the right. And she'll kind of raise her hands up, and all the White Clawren in the circle kind of raise their hands up for a second. But then Phaedra kind of turns to you guys in the alcove. And she goes, what you're about to witness may be difficult. Are you all confident that you can remain impartial?
Oh. He looks at it and says, well, I could, but if it attacks you, are you alright if I attack it?
And she turns to one of the White Clawren. You can escort him out. And two of the White Clawrens will walk over to you, Diddy, and kind of motion for you to step out.
Yep, you'll go, oh, yeah, fair enough.
Alright, so I'm going to move you over here.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Just anyone else?
Moon docked.
I warn you, do not interfere, no matter what your friend may say here. Are we clear?
I don't even know this man.
Exactly.
Please proceed.
Exactly.
This is of great scientific interest to me.
Very well. And a couple of the White Clawren kind of move in front of you guys. So now there's like 4 in front of you guys instead of just 2. All right, so here we go mechanic-wise. I just want to talk about this. So, Usul, you are going to basically be killed.
Oh.
It's all right.
So she's gonna walk around the other side of the table where your head is, and the girl's kind of holding the cloth in your face, and she's gonna pull out a big dagger, and she's gonna look over to the folks in the alcove. Says, "This is required."
And I'm gonna give her a thumbs up.
It's a good thing I'm not there. I'd lose it.
I'm gonna do Buddy Christ thumbs up. Finger guns. Do it.
So mechanic-wise, they've got to kill you. You've got to be making death saves while she tries to extract this thing out.
That sounds awesome.
You've got a weird definition of awesome.
Alright, so she reaches up, starts chanting something in Tiefling, takes the dagger across one side of your throat, and just slashes across your throat. I mean, you can feel your heartbeat just kind of pulsing out of it, and the demon inside your brain is just screaming at this point, saying he's going to kill you, he's going to kill your mother, he's going to kill your brother. If you ever have any kids, they're going to torture them until they're 98 years old and keep on torturing them. He's just coming up with all kinds of insults and ways to kind of make you miserable. Basically going to say you kill everybody, your grandparents, your grandparents are already in the grave, they're going to go find their bodies and desecrate them and do all kinds of nasty things. He's just really tearing in at you at this point.
I mean, wouldn't the biggest threat be the threat in the tree? Isn't that what Usul really cares about?
Oh, he's already said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the demon's about to get exercised. So, Usul, make me a death save.
All right.
Side bets going on.
Oof. Oh, that's not good. So quick
yes.
question: Is Ysera allowed to do any healing at all during this process, or stabilizing of Usul, or any of that?
You've never witnessed this before.
Okay, so she has no idea whether she's, of course, not going to interfere, but
she's got a pretty strong inclination that she should not interfere.
Okay.
She
I mean, it's
should know
also
that-
her instinct to help, but
Yep.
but yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, from a personal character standpoint, this has got to be tearing her up because this goes against
Right,
like
she's-
everything that she's about. She's all about saving people and not doing harm and all that. So yeah, this is
Yes.
got to be tearing her up inside. But she also knows
Okay.
that most of the Wyclarn here probably have similar healing powers as she does. Okay. All right.
Gotcha.
So after that death save, okay, you feel the demon almost like it's trying to rip out of your throat at this point, Usul. Almost like you can feel like hands or something kind of grabbing your throat from the inside, as you can still feel the blood kind of pulsing out of it. Make me another death save.
Alright. What's that?
Make me another death save.
Oh, so soon?
You just took damage.
Oh,
Shit.
You have a
Oh,
zero
there's no way
con
Giddy could be in this
modifier?
room.
Huh?
He has a 0 con modifier?
Is that right, Usul?
No, I've got a 4.
You got a plus
Is
4?
death-
it's
is
rolling
death save
0.
just is death saves no con modifier? I thought death
No,
saves
it should
had
be con modifier in there.
Yeah,
Hold on,
so you
I'm
got
just
two. You
rolling-
got 12s then.
Death save does not roll a con modifier.
Well, that's weird.
It's
Sorry,
it's
I took your
supposed
good
to.
roll.
It's just a straight, yeah, it is just a straight D20.
Huh.
Are we sure about that? I thought con saves
we
always
took
had a
both
con
your
modifier.
good rolls.
It's not.
I think that
It's not just a D20. It's a con save.
I'll look it up.
Well, I'm saying right now, you get your con modifier to it. So both those are 12s, right?
Alright.
All right, so I forgot what I rolled the first time. So
What's that?
12 and
I
12.
forgot what I rolled the first time, so I'm gonna roll this again.
One
What?
more thing. One more thing.
What?
It actually says death saving throws are simply saving throws in relation to dying. Anything that modifies saving throws can modify death saving throw, which would include the charisma bonus from Diddy.
yeah,
Well,
but I'm not
it's
there.
Oh
It's-
shit! Then he
It's
got escorted
definitely-
out.
It's definitely no con. Everyone plays that wrong. There's nothing. It's just a straight 50-50.
Really?
Roll a
Yeah,
D20.
always has
If the
been.
roll is 10 or higher, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail. It's not a con save. It's a D20.
Not a con.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, according to the player's handbook, it's not tied to any ability score.
No, it's
You're
it's
an-
not tied. It's not tied to any ability, but anything that modifies a saving throw, such as bless, paladins, or
Yeah.
etc., will still give it bonuses.
Yeah, but that's not
Yeah,
going to
it
help.
does.
He ain't got nothing.
well, he's getting plus
It
4
says it
from.
No, Diddy got escorted out of the
No,
room.
they didn't. Got
Diddy
kicked
got
out.
escorted out.
Oh, sorry. I was looking
Diddy
it up.
said
I
he
missed that.
couldn't be there for it. Yeah.
Oh, so you left him to die?
No, he got escorted
I
out.
would have. I got escorted out because I said I was going to fight a creature if it was going to attack the witches, because I'm a protector, right? So
Let me see if
I told
Lysera
them and
can
then
do
they-
anything.
So what is Visera wanting to? Again, meta knowledge. You guys don't know he's passing or failing.
Yeah.
Right. We just see him thrashing.
Yeah, and remember, you were told not to interfere.
Yeah, that's the
That was the
that's
part
going to
I
be the
couldn't
problem.
deal
Is yeah, the problem is going to be there's probably things I could do, but I was told not to interfere. That's the issue.
Right.
I
With the-
feel like Victor and Nera just took your good rolls.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but she said that he needed to die in order for them to be able to get this out. So
True.
until he fails
Hey,
3 death saves, they're not getting this thing out.
Wouldn't the witches also have something like that?
Probably. They're powerful enough that they would be able to deal with it
Yeah,
after you're dead to bring you
give
back.
like a plus 4 or whatever, just like any of the rest.
No, I think Usul, I think they have to kill you in order to force the demon out, and then they'll bring you back. That's what I think is going to happen. Hopefully, hopefully it's not a straight resurrection. Hopefully, it's a reincarnate. But that's just me with my fingers crossed.
I mean, I'll just
he's gonna be a dragonborn.
I'll just say Lysera could do Beacon of Hope, which would give him advantage on death saving throws.
What?
But I agree with you that might be working
Counterproductive.
against what the exorcism is trying to do.
Yeah.
So I think I should
Fuck,
probably.
just sit there and go, this bastard's not dying. They keep slashing. He's still there.
So I think I'm going to just sit tight.
You want me to stun him?
I'm going to sit tight.
And you're willing to risk my life with that decision, huh?
Don, you're really quiet, man. You're far back from your mic or something. I couldn't even hear what you said.
Damn right we
Sorry,
are.
I
Damn right we are, Don.
You're awfully confident risking my life with that decision.
Yes, sir.
I mean, We're not real attached, right?
Oh.
Never liked me anyways.
Less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours ago, I stunned you and poked you with the javelin.
Yeah, basically the only people here in your waiting room are like third cousins twice removed.
So
They have interest in your items,
how
and
does
you don't have any.
how does Azul feel about being a kobold in his next reincarnation?
Pissed that you got rid of the Oni armor because that might have been good for one of us.
So, okay, Don. So, did I ever explain what happened on the second one?
No.
I didn't? Okay. All right. So, the first one, you could feel like the demon grabbing your throat from the inside. But that was it. The second time, you can feel like the claws actually digging up through your skull, almost like some giant hand is like grabbing your brain socket, and the other hand is like reaching down into your gut and like clenching onto your guts in your belly, almost like somebody's trying to pull from your head to your guts together in one spot. I mean, it's excruciating pain at this point, but you can't scream because your throat has been slit from ear to ear at this point.
You got a new
Sounds
smile.
awesome.
Okay, I'll say this once. Is anybody else doing or saying anything before Usul makes another death save?
Nope.
Wysera is sticking to her gun. She's gonna listen to the White Lauren.
Okay. So,
Don't let me die, guys. Don't let me die.
No, we'll take care. We'll take care of you after, but we can't do anything right now.
Phaedra steps up close to Usul again, this time from his side, and she pulls out of one of her pouch this hollow-looking gem, and she starts holding that up into the air above his body and chanting something over and over again. Then all the White Clawren around her start doing the same chanting of these same words over and over again. Don't ask me what they're saying, Visera, because I didn't write this down, but they're all chanting something in Tiefling while she holds this hollow-looking gem above Usul's body. One more death save.
Guessing she's going to capture the demon in the gem, hopefully.
2.
Death save, Don, for Usul.
I'm seeing 2 through 4. One of those. Oh, God.
Hold on, that doesn't
That's
mean
why I
anything
lose
yet.
on roulette.
Prolonging the agony here.
Yeah, but I would never have bet on 17 3 times in a row. You know what I mean?
All right, so this time, Usul, you felt those two hands in your guts, in your head. This time you feel them just release at the last second, like you don't know what's going on. And the rest of you off to the side, Usul doesn't see this because his eyes are all black at this point. But you guys see like a wisp of black smoke exit through the cut in his throat, kind of weaving its way towards that hollow gem right there. This is the first time you've actually seen something start to come out of Usul.
Oh crap! So he needs to make his saving throws.
We don't know that.
No, that's how they're capturing it. I mean, he needs to make his saving throws. I think I need to do something. I'm feeling like I need to do something. Because this is the first time they captured anything is when he made the saving throw, right? So
I'm going to reiterate something to you, Visera. You being from this area, what the White Clawren say is law.
Okay. All right. I'm going to I'll stick to my. Yeah, I got you. I'll stick to my character. She's not gonna interfere then.
Okay. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just telling
I
you.
know. Yeah.
The local law is
in the waiting room.
That's some serious shit.
Yeah, she wouldn't go, especially with Phaedra in the room. I mean, the head of the White Clawren here, in the city. There's no way she would be brave enough to interfere.
Right.
Hail Phaedra.
Exactly.
Okay. Nobody else to do anything, right? Okay, Don. Let's see it again.
All right, another death save.
Oh, hold on.
There it is. I called it. 2 through 4.
All right, you guys on the outside watch as that black wisp kind of just retreats back into Usul's throat. And Usul, you stop moving. Phaedra kind of slowly drops the hollow gem. She looks back at you guys. Because we failed. We can bring him back. But the demon's still going to be there.
Bring him back and let's try again. This was fun.
Cobalt.
So all the White Clawren in the circle kind of reach up and place a hand onto Usul. and they all pick him up, and they all carry him into a side room. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Actually, quick thing on that, Brian.
Yep.
Isn't that the big no-no of the whole realm?
What's that? Resurrecting?
Bringing people back? Yeah.
So let's talk about this from a meta-knowledge standpoint for those who know and don't know. Those that are from Rashomon know that resurrection is not outlawed in Rashomon.
Like everywhere else?
It is outlawed in Thesk. It's outlawed in the Great Dale. It's outlawed in Narfell. Rashomon is the only place right now that in the Cold Lands area where resurrection is not.
That's because we got witches, yo.
Because again, those who
Not
know,
only that, it's been like a 1 minute. They can basically do CPR at this point with revive. I mean, that's how I kind of look at that spell.
well, once you have 3 death saves, I mean, you are technically dead.
Yeah, it's not like stabilizing. It's not like stabilizing. It's much more severe, right?
Right. Okay. Again, Rashomon is a lot more open to the idea of resurrection because they have the history with, again, Wyclaren unknown to kind of speak with the dead, use the spirits to empower things, enchant things. You saw them trying to put that spirit into a hollow gem there. So they're a little bit more, I guess, open, a little bit more chaotic, hint, hint, than the rest of the lawful land. Okay. So we'll end the session there. I'm sorry, Rand, you didn't get in a fight, but you did get to see someone die. So does that make up for it?
Barely.
All right. Any questions, comments, complaints about tonight's session?
Where was the black mist coming from when it went up into the gem?
You saw it escaping through the cut in Usul's throat.
Oh, throat.
Yeah,
would've-
yeah. That's why I was saying I should have helped him, but I mean, and the character wouldn't have done it. I mean, there's no way she would have gone against the Wyclaren, but she could have.
I don't know. I'd still probably give it to Robert because he said wherever they cut him.
He said the new orifice.
The new orifice.
Oh, you were talking about the bet. I thought you were.
Oh, the side bet.
Oh, you got me.
No, if you get one of those tadpoles, then we'll do that bet again. But no, they were talking about a demon spirit here. So, Usul, I'm going to talk with you offline a little bit, just so you're not freaking out. Like you're probably freaking out right now, but I'll talk to you on the side about what potentially is going to happen next session. The rest of you guys have to wait and see.
I can't wait to meet his new character here in the Troutmouth District.